Good evening, everybody. Glad you could all join me for our first Saturday night show. This is going to be the new permanent time slot for Ostradamus Toys Live. And if you could, let me know in the chat if you can hear me okay through the headset. I've been using it the past couple of weeks, but I just want to make sure it's good. Speaking of the chat, let's go through and start saying hi to everybody. So, Gamer Bud is here as always, saying, "Hey Oz and chat, how is everybody tonight? Good to have you, man. Glad you are here." Big Sis in the house, the K roll, saying hi. All right, we've got Duchess of Darkness here. Always glad to have you. We've got Nolan with us saying, "Hey Oz and chat," and confirming that the headset sounds good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Nolan. So, what a week it's been, guys. Not as big, heavy on the news front, but I got to tell you, you know, we got Eternia coming. It cleared. That happened last week. We got Modi coming. He's in the bag. How awesome is that for us Motu fans? And again, people getting Eternia now that maybe didn't have the chance to before because they also announced those payment plans finally. So for people where it wasn't possible before, now they've got new avenues to add additional backers. I will say I was looking at it earlier. It has slowed down quite a bit since Modi's been unlocked. It doesn't seem to have the same push that it did before. But I think again, as more people are getting paid, they have access to the payment plans. I think we're going to see a lot more people start getting behind this and backing it. Um, so that's great news. Congratulations to everybody who has one already, and congratulations to everybody who can now afford to have one. Doing the payment plan options. I think that's fantastic. And Ray Black has joined us tonight. Hey, Oz. Hey, Ray. It's good to have you here. Skelevator in the house. Won a second, third of the Toy Frenzy team now. Glad you can make it, brother. I'm so happy you're here. So I was talking with Skelevator earlier today while I was out on my adventures, and what a day! What a day! Nolan saying wasn't planning on it, but ended up backing it 15 minutes before KG wasn't available anymore. Nolan, good for you, man. Got it in right there at the end. Definitely helping out, pushing it. Good to have it. And Nolan saying, "Hey to Skelevator." And we have the Gaming Wave in the house saying, "Hey, hey, what's going on, Gaming Wave? Good to see you. Glad to have you here. Always welcoming to have. I can't say that I remember you from being in one of my chats before, so I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're watching. Thanks for being here." And Carol saying it has been a day for sure as well. Absolutely. I've seen what you've been up to today. My sis has been posting pictures on her Facebook of all the awesome Halloween decorations that she has got and put up now. And I'm super jealous. I am really, really jealous of the Halloween vibes going on at my sister's house. And I can't even really stop by and see it that often because she's several states away. For those of you who don't know, I'm in Maryland, where we were originally from. And my sister, a couple years back, moved out to Indiana. So it's quite the drive to get out to go see her. But I got to make that trip again sometime soon. Danny Phillips back with us. Hey Oz, hi all. Good vibes. Definitely. Always good to have you here, man. Thanos Copter, hey, glad to have you. And I hope to God, Thanos Copter, you are not driving again. Please tell me. Please just pop it in the chat. Say, calm my nerves and tell me you're not driving, even if you are. I'd feel better about it. Nolan saying if it wasn't for the payment plan, wouldn't have been able to do it though. Yep. That's a lot of people are feeling that same way. And everybody saying hey to everybody in the chat. I love this. I love this little community that we're building here. Duchess has been putting out some work this week. She had Wicked Wednesday. She put out some more stories yesterday. Always great to hear the projects she has going on. And if you guys are not in the Halloween spirit yet, it's because you have not been listening to Duchess's channel. So, even though I love having you here in the stream, if you haven't yet, go over to her channel right now and give it a like and subscribe, and then come back after the show. You can go listen to a whole bunch of all the stories on her channel, and you can join us for every future Wicked Wednesday as we all get together in her chats and listen to some spooky stories and get the spooky vibes. And that's not just for the month of October. She's going to be doing that all year. So if you're a fan of Halloween, you're a fan of horror like myself, subscribe. Duchess of Darkness. Hope your weekend is going good so far, Oz and chat. Ray, I got some news. It's been a fantastic weekend. Lots and lots of good stuff happened this weekend. And Skelevator saying Duchess helps with the Halloween spirit. She really does. She works so hard on her channel. And, I don't know how she has the time to just get all the stories, record them, and post so much every week. It's outstanding. Absolutely amazing. Couldn't be prouder of, the work she does over there. She's fantastic. Gamer Bud, sadly, even when the payment plans, I still can't back Eternia, but I can still enjoy it through you all, and I can create a BA backstory for a little friend Modi, which I'm currently working on. I'm glad to hear it. You know what, Gamer Bud? I think that's great because I've seen your setup. You got the dual screens. You could be typing away, writing out your origin of Modi and writing out the story, and still tuning in and joining us with the chat. I think it's great. Duchess, the thanks is not required. Your channel is amazing. You get lots of viewers on your own. I just like help promoting what you do over there because it's fantastic. And John Westby has joined us from the late St. or from late. I didn't know Missouri and St. Louis passed, but from St. Louis, just stopping in saying, "Hey, John, we are always happy to see you. I am glad you are here." And Danny Phillips saying he watched the Witches one. Good job, man. That was a great one, wasn't it? Oh man, she's got so much other great content on the channel. Like I listen to her stuff all the time when I'm working on things like the graphics and everything like that. It's fantastic, and it's definitely helps set the Halloween mood. And just getting everybody the recognition, everybody saying hi to one another. I love it. I love it. And Skelevator talking about how awesome the Modi story is. Absolutely. I'm loving this. I'm loving this community, guys. You guys have the chat hopping so much. I haven't even been able to go talk about what I did today. So we're going to get into that in just a second here and going through these last few comments. Just again, taking time, making sure everybody gets this recognition. Are you looking in through my monitors? Because I'm totally not working on it right now. No, no, I haven't hacked my way into your house, but maybe watch. Just, just watch. You have active cameras on. Just watch. No, I'm not peeping on anybody. I promise. Hello, Skelevator from John Westby. All right, guys. So had a great night or a great day toy hunting today. Filmed several segments of it. That's all going to be getting posted at a later time. I'm going to be putting that video together and posting the great finds that we had today. I was out with my boy Ziggy. I know I've talked about him a couple times before. You guys will actually get to see him in this video. It's his first introduction. So he's going to be in the video. It's fantastic. And Jay Peregrine with the hi, everyone. Glad to have you here, Jay. I hope you are finally feeling better. I'm looking forward to us getting back to walks on Monday. And if you're not ready, hit me up, let me know. But looking forward to it on Monday. And the gaming wave you haven't yet. Yet is always that operative word. Yet. And Nolan with the hey, Jay Peregrine. Excellent. And Duchess with the thank you to Skelevator. Of course, we are happy to promote you here on the channel. You are part of the awesome verse just as much as anybody else on here. And Jay Peregrine saying, yep, excellent. Good, good. I'm so glad to hear you're getting better, man. Been worried about you these past few weeks. Yeah, it feels weird. I haven't seen you in 3 weeks, which is, we're used to seeing each other. For everybody who doesn't know, Jay Peregrine and I, we actually go walking every morning together. We wake up early, and about 7 a.m. we go for walks. We'll sit down, we'll have a cup of coffee or something, then we'll go for a walk together. Just to get out to exercise. I've gained a lot of weight back that I had lost during lockdown. I'd lost quite a bit of weight from going on walks because that was really all I could do. And so I gained it all back. Unfortunate. Um, but I've been trying to recommit myself to exercising more again, dropping this weight down. And Jay Peregrine's been a big part of that. So, he and I are pretty good buds, and kind of best friends. So it's good to have him here every time watching this with us. He says it was a nasty bug. It definitely was, man. It took you out for like 3 weeks now, so that's pretty rough. But I am so glad you are feeling better. So on to today again. Uh, it was a huge day of toy hunting. Absolutely huge day. And we got John Westby saying you can do it, Oz. Thank you, John. I appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Hashtag. As soon as I can find it. It's so weird not typing on a regular keyboard because I got my personal laptop up, not my work laptop up. You guys know the deal. Put it in the chat for me. Hashtag awesome. Get more involved. I love it. Gamerbud saying, same here. I was on keto diet and lost over 100 pounds. Have gained most of it back over lockdown, and now I'm trying to lose it again as I'm stuffing my face with tacos. You know, tacos are important though, gamer, but I can't argue you on that. So stuff a little less with tacos, and you've got this, man. Let's support each other. You're gonna lose the weight. I'm gonna lose the weight again. We're both gonna drop the weight. Promise. Anyone planning on watching Black Adam? Totally am. When it gets out of theaters and it's on TV for free. Not that I don't like The Rock, not that I don't like what the movie is. Hashtag awesome, get involved. It's awesome. OZSOME. Awesome. That's the terminology we use. And Jay Peregrine with the shout out, hey Skelevator and Nolan. And to be fair, they are homemade tacos, so I can't resist. Ooh, yeah, that's even tougher because homemade tacos are the best. Are the best. But John, you got involved even with the awesome count. So it can be forgiven. Thank you, brother. All right. So you guys saw earlier in the week, we were I did the picks on Thursday, showed off what I got last weekend, had Pighead, 2000X, He-Man, fantastic. Super happy to finally see this wave start hitting the stores. So when I went out this week, kind of had a game plan, hoping to hit some stores, um, trying out some of the further away ones, seeing if we had any luck there, and come back. Weren't planning on getting much, just again because we weren't sure what was going to be out there. And then we knocked it out of the park. This week, because now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be alternating weeks between me and Ziggy. This week was a busy, busy week. So Dave Phillips saying he'll watch it on TV. Same here, brother. And Nolan agreeing with watching it on TV. I mean, guys, if you like the theater experience, you're into the characters, definitely go out and support the movies because I have a passion for cinema. I absolutely love the whole going to the movie experience. Unfortunately, that experience has changed a lot over the years. Even before COVID, it's gotten a lot more expensive. And unless they really, really pour in the cinema experience, we have one theater around here that does a great job of that. I'll talk about that story in a future live, maybe even tonight, because we're going to be opening up some toys. So we're going to have some time to chat just about anything. Um, but they really, really pour the experience out and make it worth the money value to go see it, including the snacks and stuff. So John Westby saying he saw it this afternoon. Most awesome movie. I will give no spoilers. We appreciate that here. We want a spoiler free zone. It's The Rock. I have no doubts that it's awesome. I've been a fan of The Rock since his early days in the WWE, watching him as Rocky Malvia. Never thought he would get as big as he is now with Hollywood and everything. And I've loved watching him evolve over the years on screen in cinema to go from a very campy, okay actor to one of the most leading men in Hollywood, especially in an era where we didn't have many action heroes anymore. So it's really great that we do get a big action star. And Skelevator saying, yes, that's right. All right. So I've been calling Pighead Pigman forever because I legit thought that was his name. Even after reading it over and over, I feel silly now, dude. I did it like 3 times today. I've called him Pigman as opposed to Pighead, so don't feel bad. You don't you mean awesome? And that's right, awesome it is. Last time I took my kids cost me roughly 150. I know it's so expensive. Well, I mean, I know you're up in Canada, so I'm just assuming it's more up there. Period. But yeah, it gets really, really expensive. I know the last time, yeah, last time I went to theaters was with my son. We went to go see, and this is how long it's been since I've been out to go see a movie in theaters. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Okay, we've had Godzilla versus Kong since Godzilla King of the Monsters was in theaters. And we went to a particular newer movie theater that opened up in one of our pretty close to area. So my son and I, we got up there. We were meeting with a friend. I went ahead, ordered our tickets, picked our seats, and even with a child's ticket, okay. And mind you, the we paid for the premium seating in a balcony where again we were able to choose our seats, full 9 yards, just for his ticket alone was like $22 for the child's ticket. Mine was considerably more, and then there were snacks. But the cool part is, for the seats that we picked and the premium balcony seating and stuff like that, you did get free popcorn. So I probably saved about $15 on popcorn overall. Because again, it's expensive to get there. But yeah, it was really really expensive. But again, we had an awesome experience. We went and like as we were walking up to the ticket usher, he came down to my son, took his ticket from him, said, "Right this way, sir," tore his ticket, guided him into the movie theater to his seat, treated him like a complete gentleman. And my son at the time was like 4 years old. Okay. And he was all about seeing some Godzilla. He was super excited because he loved watching the other Godzilla movie that Daddy had, plus some of the old ones too. He's a kaiju fan through and through, and some Power Rangers. He loves them. But yeah, so he made that experience what it was, and he made it for my son. He focused on him, and to me that was important because again, the theater to me used to be like this magical experience, and it's just kind of lost that touch over the years. So this, I'm hoping, reinvigorated that, and I hope that next time my son and I get to the movies, we will have a similar experience doing that. Because I don't know who that usher is. I want to commend him for doing an awesome job. So, Gamerbud says, I saw Black Adam yesterday. It was a fun movie, a lot like an earlier 2000 superhero action movie with some comedy. I would recommend seeing it at some point. Like I said, I'm going to see it. I'm just going to wait until it's on TV so I can watch it. And Thanos Copter saying, I found some Halloween skeletal birds at the 99-cent store that's neck peg fits the origin torso. Oh, Lord. Oh, that sounds terrifying. I can't wait to see what you come up with that. Gamerbud, nice. I want a pig boy to be pigheads. Absolutely. I hope we get it. I really hope we eventually get Pig Boy. And Danny Phillips, that was my head headcanon for years, and I have a whole backstory written for him. He does, folks. He does. He's got backstories written for so many of the characters. It's going to be great. Yeesh, going to the cinema feels like a lifetime ago. Last time I went, I know. I hear you, man. It's it's been so long. Like I said, King of All Monsters was the last time I went to a movie theater, so it's been a long time. Yes, Danny, we need a pig boy. See, Mattel, I know you're watching. We're all asking for it. Pig boy. Bring it out. Mattel Creations exclusive for fans of the Awesome Verse only. There we go. Because everybody who wants it, we're all here. Oh, brought that down. That's awesome. Getting old school cinema experience. That's what it was. It was definitely that old school cinema experience. And I love that he did that for my son. Definitely made it worth every penny that we spent that day. Me too, gamer bud. As soon as I saw Pighead, I was like, Pig Boy's dad. Hope we get him if we get the rest of the movie Figs and Masterverse. You never know. Hopefully we will. We all know we're going to get Pighead in Masterverse, so that's great because I'm looking forward to that. Someday I'll share all my stories in some fashion on some platform. Gamer bud, we'll talk. We'll talk because we got things in motion. We got some things planned ahead. We're looking into a bright future for the awesome verse. Don't you worry. Snake Mountain pack in, yeah, for Pig Boy, that would be fantastic. I'd be down for that. That would be great. Thanos copter. Some folks have been making bone thrones for the bird skeletons from the dollars. Oh, really? Skelevator. If you get some pics of that, I'd love to see them. I know you probably have some already. I'm going to use the wings for anti-Eternia source. That's a great idea, Thanos copter. Wow, I would have never thought about that. Oh, excuse me. I was going to say, which sorceress are you going to use for that? But the truth is, you could probably still go run out to the store now and grab one. They're still out there at Ostradamus Toys. That's awesome tastic. Air high five. All the way, brother. All the way. Air high five. We got it. So again, adventures in toy collecting today. So went to a few stores we haven't hit for a while, and it really seems that we're finally starting to see some wave 9 roll in. Mind you, we still had not seen wave 8 anywhere in stores. None of the stores we've looked at in the past couple of weeks have had wave 8, and in the past several months, should I say, have had wave 8, but we're starting to finally see wave 9 trickle in. And for the first time in a while, we've got some new deluxe. I managed to go ahead and pick up Leech today. So further fleshing out my horde now that got some help from Skelevator getting Grizzlor. And thank you again for that, brother. That's so awesome. I can't thank you enough for that. That really, really helped me out a lot because I was thinking made to order. This one's going to be the easiest one yet. And then when it was coming up to that week, I just couldn't make it happen. So you made a dream come true, and I cannot thank you enough for that. So again, thank you. And one that's been pretty rare, and I know my boy Skelevator's been looking for him, and I swear, I promise I'm not trying to rub this in at all, but found Mantenna as well. So we're going to be doing an unboxing. We're going to be opening up Mantenna. We're going to be opening up Leech tonight. We're having a horde party. If you check my hashtags, I definitely threw that in there. Horde party. A little bit before the horde party we're going to have a little bit later this week. And since I still have them sitting here, haven't even actually opened them yet, I decided, why not? We're just going to do an opening of a bunch of my figures. We're going to open up my Pighead, and we're going to open up my 2000X He-Man as well, as he is still sitting here uh, from Thursday's show. Haven't opened them yet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be opening up a bunch of figures tonight. And now, so as I just wanted to go ahead and say, today was rather successful. As I said, this time around, last week when we went toy hunting, it was my week, and this week alternated. We've got um, my boy Ziggy. He went out this week, so the two of us, as we were hunting, we found more than one pig head and more than one Mantenna. So you will see that in the video that I'm going to post later this week. But Skelevator, we've got Pighead, we've got Mantenna getting shipped to you all the way in California. They will be on their way as of next weekend. As a matter of fact, next weekend, we're going to take a bit of a break on the toy hunts because we've been pretty lucky. We want to stretch it out a little bit. But yeah, so next week, we're going to be doing a shipping week where I'm going to get everything I've been saving up for the Skelevator. He's going to go ahead and get that, and then maybe he will do an unboxing video from the package I sent, and then he'll have some opening fun on a future video, and that'll be great. So, as I've lost a bit of leeway in the chat here as I was keeping up before, skulls for the Skull Throne. Absolutely. Thanos Copter, when you get the Anti-Eternia Sorceress done, I want to see that. Oh, you know he will. Gaming Wave saying nice, probably about the picks today, which is, yeah, they were great, man. I was super pumped that I got them. And Thanos Copter stating he will post it for sure. And Oz, I sent you a pic on Insta of the bird custom. Okay, cool. I'll actually do a screen share that here in a moment. And Skelevator saying, "You bet, brother." And man, Tada, that's right, buddy. Don't worry, you're gonna be getting yours too. Yeah, I'm eternally sad I could not make the made to order Grizzlor. Oh, Gamer Bud, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hey, if anybody managed to pick up a couple extra Grizzlors on the made to order, please reach out to Gamer Bud. See what we can do about getting him one. We, as a community, like, Skelevator's been having some issues finding some of these guys, and these guys aren't even as rare as a made to order item or something like that. I know several people were buying a couple extras. Hopefully, we can get somebody within the community to give you a hand and get that sent out to you. Ray Black saying she wants Mantana. I know he is such a gorgeous pick. I got my Tila and Zor 2 pack, King Randor, and Leech yesterday. Danny, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm still waiting on my Tila and Zor 2 pack. Apparently, the ones that hit Big Bad Toy Store came through first. I actually ordered mine off of Entertainment Earth because they were slightly cheaper. And theirs still says that I got to wait until November actually before I finally get mine. So I'm going to be waiting a minute for those. Also waiting for some other figures that were ordered off a Big Bad Toy Store earlier in the year. Have some Shira coming, and even the Shira and a Roboto from that Wave 3 that they put up again. I was really excited to be getting them, but truth is now I think it's going to be that international card after seeing what's happened with some of their other pre-orders late. But truth is, I want the toys, so I'll just have to live with that. Kicking myself, had Clawful, but got tired of waiting in line at Walmart. Oh no, that's rough. I managed to get Clawful a few weeks back. You guys saw it in my weekly picks then. And that wasn't even at a regular retailer. That was strictly at a toy store. So yeah, I paid a little over. Well, again, it was a little bit over what it would cost at retail, but kind of worth it. That was we got him Clawful and Anti Eternia He Man, and before that, you guys know Corey in the pop and pops up in the chats. He had ordered Sunman for me again months ago from Amazon, back when they were like down to like $6, which was awesome. So I've got most of Wave 8. It's just haven't been able to find them at retail. I'm still trying to find a Horde Trooper. Uh, Skelevator saying, "Oh, so awesome." I know that's because you got yours coming. We all got to help each other out. So if anybody's got stuff that can help another one, let each other know. And look, here we got it. Hey, Gamer Bud, I've got 2 Grizzlors coming in. If you want one, let me know. There you go, Gamer Bud. That's it. Make sure you hit up John. He's going to help you out. We're going to get this thing sorted. You may have to still wait a bit for him because they made to order. But John, we appreciate the help, man. Thank you. Danny, sweet. That's awesome, right? Mantena is the best horde character, hands down. I don't know. Mine's still Grizzler. Grizzler is always my favorite. Reminds me of a werewolf, and I'm a fan of werewolves. So Nolan, never leave a clawful behind. That's right. You can't. You just can't. Woohoo. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. John Westby, awesome. Hit me up on IG, same name. We can talk. Good to hear it. No problem, game bud. That's right. And most of us you can find on IG. Most of us have the same handles as we do here. As a matter of fact, if I'm following you on IG and we're talking and your name doesn't match here, give it a shout out in the chat because I got people chatting to me on there. I have no idea who they are. Clearly watch the channel. I just never see them in the chat here. So it must mean that their names are different from uh, IG to chatting in here. So please let me know. Please let me know. All right. Ray, thank you so much. Again, yeah, everybody, you're liking the content. Please go hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know why you haven't subscribed. Please go hit the subscription. I'm popping up more and more lately. So definitely hit the subscribe. I actually just did a revamp of the whole channel to this past week where I made a created playlist so you can go watch all the episodes of Toy Frenzy on there. That way, if you're not sick of watching Skelevator and myself enough yet, you can go ahead, go down that playlist. It's got every episode that we've ever done, including the Eternia Live special we did, where we had everybody on. We had Bob from the Collectors of Power. We had Bobby from Powers of Eternia, which is the new project that he and I are going to be working on with Adam from Battle Ram blog. That's going to be a lot of fun. We had Mega J Retro. We had Ray from Collecting Classics, plus myself and Scalator. It's the biggest toy frenzy we've had yet. I still love watching that live special. It was a lot of fun, and I'm hoping we do more stuff like that in the future, which I know we all will because we love jumping on together and talking toys. Skelevator, I know he looked pretty awesome. Still mad at myself. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I do enjoy Clawful. If I run across one in the wild, I'll grab it for you. Sure, definitely. Again, that's how it is, everybody. We help each other out. That's what makes this all work. That's what makes it great. We all know that the distribution right now, with the Walmart and Target around here, is god awful. It's so hard to find product. Some stores get swamped, other stores get tons, and it's really hard to find it. So, guys, if you're in a position to help somebody out, do it, please. And yeah, Nolan, Skelevator, it's awesome. Thank you. See, it's how we roll. We help each other out. Lore is the reason I got off Origins because I wanted at least have the full Horde set of figures and not having him kind of ruin that. I get why they had to do him that way, but it still sucks. I agree, man. I was so mad that they were announcing him as a Mattel Creations exclusive because of excuse me, guys. Already having a hard time talking here. Gotta have some more of the magic brew that is coffee. Actually, for talking coffee is probably one of the worst things that you can drink. But yeah, I was really upset that they had announced that as a Mattel Creations exclusive. I'm glad that they did the made to order period. And I'm sorry for everybody who didn't get a chance to still get it even with that. But they're really trying to do the best they can. I'm okay not having the Snake Man because I didn't know about them, but the Horde are special and I remember them greatly. For sure, man. I mean, I'm amateur herpetologist. I love reptiles, so the snake men hold a special place dear in my heart, and I'm glad that they're getting such a big push with the line, with the adjusted cards and everything that's coming out. Huge fan of the snake men. I've been waiting for them, and I'm glad they're finally coming next year. I'm gonna head out. It was fun stopping by. Enjoy the figures and Gaming Wave. Thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate it. Nolan says his is Drag Story. Yeah, he was another cool one. He was actually the backstory is he was a good friend of Extendar. So how about that, huh? Catcher and Imp, my fave Horde member. See, we're getting all the Horde chat now. I shouldn't have made this a Horde party. Oh, I should have just waited because we're going to be talking a lot about the Horde this upcoming Thursday. Nolan, what a clawful situation you had at Walmart. I love it. Dad jokes. Still waiting on an Origins Catcher and Claudine. I don't know how much of the Princess of Power we're going to see in Origins. I'm really hoping we get a big push. Yeah, that's right, Nolan. Yeah. Danny, yes, that would be awesome. Hopefully in the new year. It might be a couple of years out at this point because next year is already looking fully stacked from all the reveals we've seen so far. I'm not sure how much more they can really pump into next year, but I'm hoping for the year after we definitely get some more. Coffee, the elixir that makes me a non-homicidal killer. That's right. It's a safety feature for myself and everybody else as well. All right, guys, we're gonna get into opening some stuff. All right, so out of everything I have, what do you guys feel like we should open first here? Should we go He-Man, Pighead? I think we should definitely start with those two, and kind of save the Horde for the end. Kind of like a nice big. Yeah, let's save the Horde for the end. We'll definitely do Leech and Antenna at the end. But all right, guys, who wants to see Pighead? Who wants to see He-Man? Type a H or a P in the chat and let me know. All right. So, got Gamerbud saying maybe paired with Classic Orca. There we go. Here, I missed this one. I really hope in Masterverse we get a Prince Adam because after watching Revelations and wanting to recreate some scenes with my figures, I agree. And again, Classic Orco, absolutely. All right. That's already three down for Pighead. Jay Peregrine's jumping in. He wants to watch me open Pighead. Is that all the votes we're getting? Where's everybody else at? I know we got more than just Nolan and Gamerbud, Danny Phillips, Jay Peregrine, Duchess. Put in your vote. Let's see what you got. Come on, guys. Let's get it rolling here. Give us the whoa. Hey, look. Keep it calm until we get that after show rolling here. Okay. Calm it down a little, gamer bud. All right. So pretty much for most of you that are still in chat, still being active, Ray Black said P. All right. Everybody wants to see the P. All right. That's totally this. Now, because this is not a Mattel Creations, I'm actually going to do my standard open, which is where I just peel the card off the back. It's only those Mattel Creation cards that are so pretty. I take the extra care and cut them off. These guys, I'm going to peel off the card back, but I still do it carefully because I save the cards. Now, you guys have heard me talk about it before. I want to put all the card backs in a photo album, preserving that art because it belongs in a museum. If you all don't know where that line's from, we might have some issues. Come on, everybody. Tell me in the chat. Where's the line from? Sometimes I get a little too excited. Don't judge me. Hey, man, we're all excited for the Motu here, so nobody's judging. Nobody. There will never be judgments in these chats. I don't like it. We're all here because we love toys, so shouldn't be judging each other based off of that. We're all here because we love the toys. We love the toys. All right. Here we go. Pighead's coming away from the card. Still trying to be a little bit careful because I don't like a lot of damage to the front of the card. Actually, I want to get some of those Ramen Toys stands because I think it's so cool how you can slide the card back in behind it. What a cool feature. All right, guys. You wanted it. It's here. We got the P. All right, let's go down, catch up with the chat. Sometimes I get a little too excited. Don't judge me. Yeah. Raiders, Jay Peregrine. That's right. Everybody got that Indiana Jones love. Thank you. Game Bud, does your handle have a pick? And Porter. Share the love. That's right. Everybody share the love. Got the P. I've been holding this excitement since 2000X and had no one to talk to about Motu at this point. My sister's wants to kill me. Everything. Bring it up. Hey, man, I'm glad you're in good company with all of us because I think all of us feel a little bit similar. We've been waiting years to have good people to talk about Motu with for ages. So you're definitely in welcome company here for that. We all love Motu. It's one of the main reasons I'm doing this whole channel. Of course, eventually, well, we will be talking about more toys than just Motu, but there's so much right now. I'm so filled with Motu. My partner threatened to disown me if I get Mondo Battle Cat. I'm kidding. Danny, I'm glad to hear you get it, brother. That's fantastic. Um, I feel sorry for your bank account. Between Eternia and that, I feel sorry. But I totally get it though. And wow. The Mondo stuff's great. It's just too rich for my blood. I mean, I'm borderline Masterverse is almost too expensive for me. Like I gotta wait until it like gets marked down, goes on sale, kind of clearance to pick those up. So dude, power to you for being able to collect the Monto. I think they look great. If I could afford those, I would be getting those for sure. That'd probably be all I'd be getting because that's all I could afford. And I have no idea where I believe. And speaking of, it belongs in a museum. Wow. Yeah, my name on there is Budrick Gamerbud with a picture of me. That's right. Hit you up right now. See, there we go. It will be mine. I have the Shearer ordered and deluxe man. My heartbeat picked up a little bit right there. Just fluttering a little because that is exciting. Absolutely, man. I love those. I think I'm the only one here that is completely lost when it comes to toy collecting. But you're here and it shows support. And honestly, when you have questions, feel free to go ahead and ask. So we've got Pighead Shield. Is a little on the plain side compared to some of the other shields we've got, but I like it. I actually really like the aesthetic of the pink and like the turquoise. Definitely think that's very, very cool. I like how those colors go together. And of course, he's got those. Where's my knife? I always have a knife within arm's reach. The fact that I don't have my knife within arm's reach actually kind of has me worried. Who has my knife? Where did it go? Oh well, guess we got to do this the old-fashioned way, and I got to find from the back here so we can pop those through. I just pull on it really tight and hope that it doesn't cut into the plastic too much. There we go. First one done. Second one done. And the feet ones, we can just kind of loop them out of. All right. So, still got chat popping here tonight, guys. Danny Phillips, on one hand, you're single now, but you're also single with a Mondo Battle Cat. Look, man, the ladies love the Battle Cat, especially for the cringer. All right. I'm just saying, you won't have any. Next, you have to worry about which ones are using you for your Battle Cat. Got my notification for my parcel from Rolo's Masters Maniacs Mexico auction. It's in Saskatoon and should hopefully have it Monday, Tuesday, the latest. Awesome. That's fantastic. Love Masters Maniac Mexico. I'm glad, so glad you got something from his auction. Man, I love it when he pops up and he's in the chats when we do Toy Frenzy on Thursdays. That's fantastic. Mondo has payment plans, otherwise I couldn't get. That's right. Well, now, fortunately, not only does Mondo have payment plans, but Tell Creations does too. It's about time. I don't need electricity when I have Mondo. That's right. Who needs electricity? Those toys are fire. They will light your path. Fire. Carol Ray is just starting out herself, and I'm enjoying helping her out with it. Absolutely. See, Nolan, that's great, man. A couple that collects together stays together. Just saying. And yeah, that's right. See, again, who needs electricity when you got fire toys? Got some hot toys you don't need. You don't need electricity when you got hot toys. They just light it up. And we had the mace. It's cool that, this was kind of like an original accessory for Pighead. And we're going to be getting more of it when Moss Man comes out. We're going to get a brown variation with him. I think that's great. I'm really excited for that. Been waiting for Moss Man since the line launched, so I'm glad we're finally getting him next year. So when Pighead was first announced, I really thought, wow, they put Ganon in the Masters of the Universe. And I got to tell you, I'm still feeling that way. And his boots, his boots aren't even a same simple. Okay, this is, I don't know, maybe I've missed it in review videos when people have talked about him, but even his boots are unique from other masters. So like he's got that same kind of still styled fur with the like that wrapped look going around it. Uh-oh. I think that hard plastic did put a little nick in my guy here. I might have to file that down a little. But if you can see the back of his boots, he's got like a little spike, almost like, like a little dew claw. How about that? That's pretty cool. I haven't seen anybody really talk about that before. So, not that it's really breaking news to anybody, but that is cool. I mean, of course, his wrist gauntlets are a little bit different. They got like some studs on there. This dude rolled out the Hot Topic and picked up some studs for his gauntlet, circa 1999. Did the same for his strap on his harness. He picked up all the pyramids from Hot Topic, guarantee it. And then he's got the horns at the top of his head, these little wavy tusks. God, such a neat sculpt. He looks great. I love this. Love this. gosh, now I finally have the single villain from the single villain from the Rulers of the Sun. What a This guy has to be a super powerful bad guy because when it comes down to it, he's got to fight 9 heroes, and I forget, I think it's like 5 or 6 butterfly women, all against this guy. How about that? All right. Nolan with the absolute 100% talking about the couples that collect together, stay together. I agree. Or at least the ones you get permission from your significant other to collect. That's how it rolls. All right. So, hey, so I was at a flea market the other day and I got $30 in total, both of the complete original Filmation He Man and the Masters of the Universe and Shira Princess Power DVD set collection. Oh, that's awesome, John. Were they like the box set ones? Because I was collecting a couple of those back when they came out years ago, and they came with some awesome art cells inside. I don't know if I still have those art cells. I think I may have misplaced them while moving at some point, and it's a real shame because I loved all of them. I had it for the 2000X when they broke it up across 3 box sets, so there was like 3 seasons of it that were all packaged in a similar way. He-Man had both of their seasons packed in a similar way, and then the Princess Power as well. And then, it was, man, it was such a great set. And like I said, those little extras, like those art cells, were fantastic. I might have to just see if I can find those art cells. All right. Nolan, honestly, right now I have my money in holiday decorations. It is a war with the people across the street. She ain't lying, folks. She ain't lying. But I think she ended that war. Like, I believe she fully just ended that war tonight with what she put up today. I feel bad for Big Head because he is way outnumbered. I agree. I agree. He is definitely outnumbered. I hope he at least has the high ground. That's awesome. Wish we still had a flea market. We've got some flea markets around, but it seems like all the vendors that are selling to flea markets are kind of hip to they're hip to the collector market. So at the flea markets, they end up selling for like those collectors prices versus like what you would normally find at a cheap flea market. It's rough. These people are pros. That's what it is. And yeah, Dennis Copter, he's the only bad guy in the Summer. Yeah, I know, guys. It's crazy. He's just one dude. He must be rough to take them all out. Totally want to make a blue cloak for my Masterverse pig head when we get him. So he looks like the SNES Ganon from Link to the Past. And that's my favorite Legend of Zelda game too, Link to the Past. So please do. That's going to be awesome to see. I think soft goods are great for toys. I absolutely love them. They're one of my favorite things. So I find out what he's getting after he orders it. Yeah, that seems to be a common thing too. Yeah, that's coming up fast. I'm always a procrastinator for that stuff. Oh man, yeah. Flea markets in Midwest Oz told you they are great. Right? I know. I've seen what you've gotten out there, and I ain't come out there just for the flea markets. That witch ended the war for sure. Yeah, the witch. What about the dragon? Guys, she has a dragon in her yard now. We're talking a dragon. Like, I just kind of wanted to climb on it and role play for a while. Like I was some kind of dragon rider because it's huge and it's awesome. I love flea markets. Me too, Scalvet. Man, I used to every weekend get up super early and hit the flea markets. And this is like in my younger days, like late teens, early 20s. Used to get up like every Sunday, and me and a couple of my friends would just go hit the flea markets, and it was great. And the one flea market out by us, they have this little donut vendor where they give you this bag. Okay. And all these donuts are like fried. So they drop the batter in and they fry them up fresh, cover them with confectioner sugar in the bag, and then hand them to you. Oh my gosh, so good. And I don't really wonder how I'm this big. So, because stuff like that. But that was like the Sunday treat, It was like we went out, we got our bags of donuts, we walked around the flea market looking at everything. It was awesome. I used to love doing that. Love doing that kind of stuff. All right. So let me get my trash can over here. I got just a little bit to put away, get out of the way here. Let me see here. My phone going. I know. Remember Thanos Copter said he was sending me some pics, and so I was gonna screen share it. That's why I didn't need my phone. All right. I'll post them on IG. All right, guys. There you go. My sister's gonna post them on IG, so I will be able to see them. And what I'll do is I'll share them to my story for everybody and people. Again, awesome verse royalty here. Corey Berger in the house. Sounds like funnel cake with extra steps. It's actually a little less steps, but I mean, the big machine they use is kind of like that. But I love those donuts. Nolan, I know, right? Like, I love my flea market. It's wonderful. It's one of the greatest places to find like some neat little stuff. Of course, you always see like some big stuff too that it's kind of like, well, what is this stuff? So, all right, guys, I'm going to try to get the screen share up here. So, forgive me. All right, let's go ahead over here to the Alstramus Toys. Blow this guy up. And let me get on. Actually, I'd probably do it just from here and then share my IG. I only have to put it up on that. Okay. It opened the image, but it was real small. Hold on. It's probably because, like Jay said, I didn't actually blow up the image. Now we'll open that image in a new tab. All right, guys. This is pretty cool. And once I get it sent over on here, we're gonna go ahead and blow it up. All right, I do not need to share screen like that. Share. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom in here. So that's Control Plus. Will it not blow up? Not related content. Control Plus. There we go. Blow it up so so oh god. Here, I gotta full screen this. I'll try to blow it up a little bit more, but it might get a little bit more pixelated. Bear with me. Oh, on the wrong screen again. So there we go. If you can see what's going on here, gotta hide the comment. But we have uh we have the barbarian Skeletor head, which looks to be, I guess that's actually, is that the Pigman torso or is that just regular Skeletor torso? But we've got pig head arms. He's riding Hordak with Cronus arms. Oh my god. This is ridiculous, Thanos Copter. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's crazy. He's got the breakdown of all the parts in the chat, guys. Wow. Gosh, that is something. That is something. Okay. All right. So, Nolan, I knew, right? Flea market's awesome. Yeah, back to where we started. I remember going to the flea market for local wrestling. Absolutely. Love those local shows. See, and a lot of people might know about one of our local schools here, MCW, which has actually produced some amazing wrestlers that have gone pro. And you have seen them in the likes of Ring of Honor, AEW, uh, some actually all the way up to New Japan. I mean, it's fantastic. Top torso is plugged into the neck, and the bottom is in the ribs. Wow. First preview of Oz and I this Halloween. Yep, that's probably what we're doing, guys. It's all loose pieces. Okay. Thank you, Thanos Copter. So you just Frankenstein that together. That's great. Love this pick. Yeah, it was loose. Thanks. We might have to save this one for the next showcase to show a couple extra people that were not here for this one. I love these kinds of photos and why I love the Origins line. So much you can create, so many different figures. Absolutely. It's the modularity of the figures is what really makes this line so much fun. Uh, which one for we get Modulok and Multibot? And I know, the modularity is already there, and those two characters, their whole gimmick was the modularity. So I can't wait to see what we get. We gamer but ours, yes. All right, laugh. Yep. So we've got our couple's costume for Halloween, Corey. I'm excited for it. So, and again, of course, with all of the Wave 9 figures, you guys know the deal. We got the mini comic. So I've been loving the stories in these mini comics. So I can't wait to actually read that. We got the little piece that tells you what parts can be swapped, what parts can't come apart. So we have all that. And we just, again, more of the amazing artwork from Excellent Menez and team over at Mattel. These guys, they have kept this so true to the original with the astounding artwork that has gone on every single box of Masters of the Universe. Honestly, I think the only time the packaging was not as amazing as the toys themselves was in the 2000X line. Like the packaging on there was a little lacking overall. And John Westby, I'll send you a pic. I didn't have art cells with this. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead and send it. You can send it to my IG. I'll get it there. I'll see if I can at least confirm whether art cells were included with those packs. Because again, this was like mid 2000s when I picked these up. I guess now that'd be considered early 2000s. It would have been around like 2005, 2006. You know what? Maybe it was 2007. Maybe it was like a 25th anniversary type thing at the time. That could be it. So talking with Ziggy today while we were driving, and it's like, you know, most people go big when something hits its 50-year anniversary. And here we are rocking out with Motu being huge at 40. Kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen in 10 years' time when we hit that 50, which also leads into the other topic that we're going to be getting into tonight, guys, where we talk about who are these toys really for? So I'm in a unique position at my job where right now I'm working with a trainer uh, where I'm shadowing him while I'm learning all the new stuff for work. So it's just me and him on like a uh, not a Zoom call, it's Microsoft Teams call. So we have some downtime where we chat stuff. He is also a toy collector. He collects vintage TMNT and he's big into the Transformers. He's not a real big Motu uh, fan, but that's okay. I get it. Everybody's got their own cup of tea. I don't judge when you collect toys. You collect toys. You collect what you like. But we were talking about earlier this week how they've got the market really figured out. No matter how much we want to say that these toys are made for kids, the truth is, Origins, it's really not made for the kids. Origins is 100% made for. Okay, haven't received any new messages on my IG yet, which is why I was checking there. Um, like when it comes down to it, Origins 100% is a collector line. So These guys, as much as they are toyetic and playful for kids, these guys were made 100% for us. It's everything that a fan could want, or that we've asked for from the Origins line since the original vintage line. More articulation, the sculpts are incredible. I mean, these guys are fantastic. So, got our 2000X He-Man out of box. Head joint seems a little loosey goosey, and it's on there tight. So, I like that he has two gripping hands as opposed to the one open and one not. I like that they continued, of course, with the sheath on the back for the 2000X style power sword. Kind of want to do some paint detail on that myself. So it looks a little bit more like the 2000X style. I love that he's got that huge battle axe that he had from 2000X. And then, of course, he's got that. Ooh, ooh, I don't know if I care for that so much. So the sword does not really go down into the harness much on the back. I mean, it's cool because you can see it above his head. And I've always said that with, scabbards and stuff of this type, you can't have like a full scabbard because then you'd never be able to draw the entire sword out if it were huge. Uh, for those of you that don't know, if you have a scabbard on your back and you go to draw a sword, that's as long as your sword can be. That, because that's all the room you have, unless you do a little twist and you kind of pull it down. But yeah, it's just not complete. So the way they do scabbards is it's typically like a little cup at the bottom with a small clip at the top so that it could hold it more securely, and then you kind of lift up and unclip, and then you could draw out of that cup. But that's mostly just something that we've seen recently in like cartoons and stuff like that. That's not very effective for real combat back in the day. So in any case, here he is, all geared up, looking great. The 2000X. I like that they changed the hair to make it look more like that sculpt from back then. He's got ears. That's kind of cool. They cut around for the ears. I think that is great. So we're gonna go rock down the chat here because you guys are on fire tonight. I love this. I love it when the chat is jumping, and then I've got to even fight to find my way back to where they are. All right. They're very hip with the collector's prices. Yeah, a lot of them are. Again, even the toy companies know because really they're designing like these toys for us. The CGI toys are definitely the kid mark. Like they have all the love of the kids, but like with Origins specifically, that was meant for collectors. They've kept that at a reasonable price point, but it's still meant for us. Still need a hat and cane, purple coat for him. Put Sunman's head on the Prince Adam body and clamp champ hands onto me. Oh man, no. Did they design more villains than Pighead for the Sunman line back in the day? No, nope. They definitely did not. It was just Pighead. From what I've seen, Wiley Eason didn't have plans to make more for it because it was more about creating um, a more positive look at different cultures and people of color for the line. And it's funny though, because even though that was like the kind of the basis for that line, they still didn't stray away from having, representation from everybody in that line. They really tried to represent as much as they could. And it's a fantastic story. Skelevator and I have talked about it on a video of Toy Frenzy, which again, you can go through my playlist. You can find that where we talk about the rulers of the sun. Pixel Dance covered that whole story on his channel, which I also recommend go watching his video because that's where I got a lot of my info from because I was still figuring out about this line when it came out. So, but I've loved that story so much. Absolutely adore the story of Sunman and the Rulers of the Sun. They still do that here, Oz. Okay. All right. And Chef M80 in the house. Thank you for making it out tonight, Chef M80. So glad to have you with us. It's good to see you in the chat. Origins and Masterverse are clearly for adult collectors. CGI toys, I think, are meant for kids. And you see it a lot in stores with different lines too, where it seems like the main toys are actually like the toy aisles. If you look at least down the action figure aisles in your toy departments, they're designed to catch the collector's eye, not so much the little kids or the younger kids, because play patterns have changed over the last 30 years. Most of us were, either born in the 70s, kids in the 80s, and then like getting teenagers in the 90s. Or in my case, you were a little bit further into the 80s, but you were still a little kid. And then, again, you were a bit bigger of a kid in the 90s. And then by the late 90s, you were teens and coming out of that. And through that time, video games started to take over. And there was less and less of a toy market and more of a video game market. And let's face it, most parents just sat their kids down with some video games and were cool with it. And, it's really a lot of what happened. So, kids stopped playing with a lot of toys. And you guys gave me up for that controversy. I mean, I know as toys went, like we grew out of them. Video games were cool, new. They kept getting better and better and more exciting. So why wouldn't we keep up with buying video games and stuff like that? I was a huge, huge video game nerd. Again, I've worked for GameStop for several years and went full bore back into gaming after not gaming much for a couple of years. So, like, I get it. Video games are tons of fun. I enjoy playing them with my friends. Huge Halo fan. And I was less involved with toys, but I was older and toys were kind of shunned. So, like, I didn't really get into collecting toys as much as an adult. I tried a couple times with various things, but, just didn't get into it as much. It's really in the last couple years the toys have started to make this comeback. And even in the younger ages of kids, I can see where they're definitely marketing again more towards kids. But in the end, like the toys that are in the toy aisle now are mostly designed for the adult collector. My Arnold head should hopefully be in soon for my custom Conan. Nolan, that's great. I've seen a lot of those custom Conan heads that go with the origin stuff. I definitely want to get some myself. If they were made for kids, they would retain the action features. Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. Again, Origins line has definitely gotten away from the action features more and more with the modularity, which I'm not entirely bad because that's a play feature all on its own. When my son comes over and he plays with the Origins figures, I have to spend some time going back through my Origins figures and making sure they got all their body parts back because he loves popping off the arms, popping off the legs, swapping them to and from, doing all kinds of crazy custom figures that I would have never thought about. And because of this, I've made some customs myself that are on the shelf, and I've still got to get the pictures up, but I'm having a fight with some mounting tape right now. That's coming soon this week. I'm going to be working on it tomorrow. Oh, Sundays are becoming a busy day for me between football and which I barely ever watch the games anymore, which is sad because I do enjoy me some football. But that's like become the day for like me to try and do housework and stuff like that with working again during the week. And now I'm also loading up on getting everything set up for the shows. Again, I do my own live streams now at least once a week. I do Toy Frenzy on Thursdays every week with Skelevator. And now I'm going to be doing the uh starting going into next month, we're going to be doing the Powers of Eternia podcast with Bobby Vintage Motu on IG, formerly the Collectors of Power, and then again Adam from the Battle Ram blog. So, kind of a lot of work on Sundays I'm going to be doing coming up, but it's okay because I mean, one of the great things about it is like when we're doing the recording and stuff like that, I know I could sit down and work on some graphic design and everything because I will be designing the graphics for, of course, my channel as well as the Toy Frenzy show. And of course, any of the graphics Skelevator wants made for his show, I am more than happy to go ahead and do those up. So that CGI Castle Grayskull blur the line between being for kids and adults. I agree. That CGI Castle Grayskull is out of this world. And to be honest, I was not impressed with it when I first saw the shots earlier this year. And now I just After seeing people get it and open it and having it themselves, I'm blown away by it. I think it's really, really awesome. I love the lights and sounds. I love the opening of it all up, the automatic jaw bridge coming down. It's so good. How are He-Man's ears on this version? So I gotta say, Scalavator, overall, I'm rather impressed with how they look. Here, we'll get a pop off. Try and get that in focus a little bit. It looks all right. Looking pretty good. Pretty well distinct from the hair. You can definitely see that the hair is that sculpted piece and put over top of it. But I think they did a good job with lining the hair around the ears. It's well done. I'm actually really liking this version of He-Man. And I like how his face is still reminiscent of the vintage, but with that hairstyle, he definitely looks different enough. Yeah, the castle is a bit big and heavy for small children. Absolutely. R- Ray from Collecting Classics did a whole video where he was talking about it, and he actually put that thing on a scale, and that thing is basically 13 pounds, almost 15 pounds, really, if you round up, which is really heavy for a young kid. I mean, I've got some barbells sitting by my chair here so that when I'm sitting in my chair at work and I got a down moment, I can lift some weights. Uh, which these weights I have are like 25 pounds. And, I lightened one of them up for my son to lift because he couldn't lift, of course, the 25-pound one. He couldn't lift it well with what I was doing. But even at 15 pounds, he was struggling. So can you imagine this big, bulky thing that's about 15 pounds and kids trying to pick that up and move it? One of the greatest things about the vintage and this Origins Castle Grayskull is that it's lightweight. It's got a lot of play features, but it's lightweight, which made it easier as a kid to carry, considering, well, heck, in some cases, it was almost as tall as we were. Got that head nod to make you break your neck. So true. I do. As a 36-year-old man, I so want a CGI Castle Grayskull. Yeah, don't blame me, gamer, but the thing is an awesome piece to have. Ooh, some Pacino. Yeah, that Castle Grayskull looks. I can't even see what the little. Okay, yeah, I got that. Okay, going. Especially with all the cool play features. I agree. I think the play features really make that thing as great. Like a guy built like He-Man can get his hand back that far. Depends on how much he stretches the shoulders out. For years, I could not touch my shoulders with my thumb. Oh wow, what is that Skeletor and Hordak with chicken legs, John? That is the beautiful work of Thanos Copter in creating a horrific custom just in time for Halloween. Yeah, that's why He-Man Scabbard. Oh man, this is so backed up because I've not been on the chat as well as I was when we were doing talking about all that. That's why He-Man Scabbard is on his waist in the movie. Actually, I have some pictures of that. His scabbard is on the back, and it's a long line. It's very accurate to the toy. I found one of the costumes, and it was available at an auction. It has not aged well, and I in one of the live streams that I've done with Mega J, we talked about that a little bit, where the toy is very movie accurate. It's got a long leather strap that goes down the back with a cup at the bottom that holds the tip of the sword, which again, that would be accurately how you would do that. And then it's got a hook up at the top that holds the sword in place to the top of the back. So, like if you're running and all like that, it's not just bouncing out and bouncing around back there. And Ray Ray Ken 33, glad you can make it tonight, Ray Ray. Glad to see you here. And you love Pighead. I agree. This figure is amazing. So glad to have gotten him finally. I'm so glad. God, it's so fun to open up toys with all you guys. If you guys have any toys sitting around that you want to open with me, let me know in the chat. If you're opening while I'm opening up my toys, we're just having fun opening toys. Check Barbie for clothes and accessories. That's right, man. Barbie toys are great for clothes and accessories. Now, Corey, I don't know if you saw, I know a while back Got you that David Bowie Barbie. Right now on Mattel Creations, they've got a Tina Turner Barbie. Yeah. Yeah, the story of Olmec Toys and how those figures were made is just amazing, and I'm so happy to have them officially included in the Motu universes. Can I agree? I agree. This is for the people of the sun. Yes. Can we petition Mattel to add Galaxy Warriors fighters added to Origins? It might be a little harder, but I think that would be really cool. I got to be honest again, as being a big pusher for more of the female characters from the line because there were so few of them. I want the Golden Girls. And again, not all the little old ladies, but if they want to make those for Origins as well, I want an Origins B. Arthur. And Nolan saying hi to Ray Ray. Absolutely. I was born in '83. Dave Phillips. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was born in '86, so I was Motu by the time I could walk and start. Yeah, same here, man. Well, not same here. I was not born in '86 and start playing with action figures, but yeah, it was pretty much Motu from the time I was born. You guys have seen the baby pictures. Well, not the baby pictures, but the little kid pictures. So Nolan, I played with toys till I was like 13 or 14. I eventually switched fully into video games. Yeah, me too. I played with toys way later than I should have. I played the heck out of NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, PS1. Yeah, man. Shoot, I waited in line 3 days to pick up my PS2 when those things first launched from the Kmart I worked at. I was camped out front of the Kmart I worked at the time. My mom used to drop me off the food and stuff while I was waiting there. And I had people come up, hold my spot for me so that when it was my shift to work the couple days leading up to getting the getting my PS2, I just walk in, do my shift, walk back out, chill in my tent. So, and I didn't start collecting figures till about 5 years ago when I got into the Gundam model kits, then got my first Origins figure, and I was lost in nostalgia and stopped Gundam was all I got. I don't blame you. When I got more into video games, I was big into collecting the Toy Biz X-Men line. I had so many of those mint on card before selling them off in the early 2000s. You were probably still getting a pretty good penny for them back then. Those things have dropped drastically now. A lot of, I mean, right now we'll probably see a resurgence in the uptick on the prices of those since they're doing those reprints for the those more Toy Biz looking Marvel Legends figures. But those Marvel Legends figures or the Toy Biz ones from like Spider Man and everything like that, those guys were going relatively cheap just a few years ago. Now they're pumping up. My wife said choose one toy or video games. We chose toys. Nothing wrong with that. I'm 82, just like He-Man. Okay. I was thought you were saying He-Man was 82, and I was like, wait a minute, did we just jump 40 years into the future? But then I realized you're saying you were born 82, same year. Hopefully, we get some real football back soon. Ooh, ooh. Throwing that shade. XFL's coming. I just sent them off. All right. Let me see about refreshing over here. Here we go. I'm gonna do the refresh. John, what'd you send them on? Did you send them to my IG or did you send them to? According to my computer, I don't have anything new in IG. Computers are terrible sometimes, though. So yeah, it must be John. Start following you. There it is. Okay, I just had to follow you back first. All right. Yeah, these look like the ones that I had as well. Um, do you have the fronts of them as well? You can send me because I only so far I only see the backs, but yeah, they look similar. Probably do a screen share. Again, it's gonna be real tiny. Let's blow it up. Let's blow it up. Okay, wow, yeah, that blew it up pretty big, so I can actually kind of see already. Yeah, those look like the ones I had. Now, is that season? Okay, that's season one and two, and Shira season one and two, all in one box set. Okay, so the ones I had, you had a season one volume one and two for the original Masters of the Universe series, and then same for Shira and the Princess of Power, and then like I said, the 2000X was across three sets. It was across three volumes, and that was the breakdown. So this is a slightly different set, but I think these came out just like a year or two after those ones. But still, it's a great find. It's a great price, and now you have the full series of both, and you can't beat that. It's just so good to have those because you never know when a streaming service is going to take those on or off. I have a cheat way that I can watch all that stuff that hasn't shut down yet, so I keep that to myself. Message me for details. And you say Nolan's got the football or foot American football, and as I knew exactly what Corey's talking about, the XFL. I'm excited to see that come back too. It's going to be great. Okay. All right, guys. I might actually have to start skipping over some of the internal conversations just to get through here. I got my first He-Man figures from my cousin Grayskull and Snake Mountain, and his sister gave me the Crystal Castle with all the first wave of pop when I was 3. Never stopped collecting them since. Danny, that's astounding. I'm so glad you've been such a good collector for so long because those were some great toys to have, and it's good, especially if you still got them in your collection. And I hope to see some pictures of them. We're going to be doing another viewer showcase next month. So if you guys got these collections, we'd like to see them. Corey's saying he's not really a sports guy. Well, Corey, I know you're not really a sports guy, but look, we all know that Toy Anxiety is the number one source for sports and sports news. Go check those guys out on Tuesday nights. Number one source for sports. If any of you watch that channel, you'll get that joke. 15 pounds of playset. I wonder how much you're turning away altogether. It's going to be a hefty package, man. That box is going to be huge. Ton. Yep. Can't wait to see the fans weigh their Eternias. Oh man, as if you can even fit it on a scale. You'd have to go to like one of the. I used to work in a moving warehouse where we stored a lot of people's stuff and a lot of containers and stuff like that. We'd have to weigh, so we had like one of the big truck scales, not for the trucks to drive over, but so we could actually put the crates on. Because some loads we would actually just load the crates into the trailer. But when you're doing that, you have to be real careful that you're not making the trailer overweight. So we'd have to weigh the crates on that scale first and then see how much weight that was going to add to the trailer. That thing was massive. And that's what you're going to need because, that's how big Eternia is. All right. So, like I said, I'm skipping over some of the internal conversations, guys. California made it back since 80 something, but I can't remember. Ah, Again, more internal conversation. You guys are great. I'm loving how on fire the chat is tonight, how everybody's talking. After breakfast and coffee, me and the boys will open Wave 10. Ray Ray Ken, that's fantastic. I'm glad you guys got Wave 10. I'm still trying to look for Wave 10. As you can see tonight, I've been opening most of Wave 9. Still need the 2000X Skeletor, and I got a lead on where one is. So, but same, yeah. So again, yeah, we got more internal conversations here, but I'm always great to post some Nine Inch Nails conversation because I'm a big fan. Too. Matter of fact, Corey, I just had a memory pop up from Facebook from the last time we went to the concert together for Nine Inch Nails. Was that Pittsburgh? I think we went up to. That's enemy territory for anybody who is an NFL fan because that's Steeler country, and I'm a Ravens fan. Got to be real careful wearing the purple and gold up there. So I have a big crush on Adora and Gem too, right? First crushes as a kid, man. I might be in the minority here, but I really hope eventually we can also get Netflix here. Hey, I would love to see those introduced as well. I gotta agree, gamer, but I want Masterverse to really be able to encompass all the different series and media in some way, shape, or form. Sure. Yeah. Again, guys, I'm briefly reading here. It was awesome. Just trying to skip over as much of the internal as I can so I can get all caught back up. And I think I'm getting there now. I don't know. I still have a problem with the new Netflix Shira. It's not necessarily stories. It's not necessarily the art, animation. It's just something about it I don't really like. John, I hear you. I mean, as we get older, we don't like. everybody's always resistant to change. So a lot of times it's harder to adapt to newer stuff. Some things you're gonna like, some things you aren't gonna like. Like there are people out there right now that do not like what's going on with the CGI He-Man on Netflix. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great what they're doing. They're really trying to reintroduce it to a younger generation, and I couldn't be more happy about it. And instead of making it about every kid having the power themselves, they're talking about how everybody has the power. I mean, the idea behind the original one was still the same, that everybody could have the power, but only He-Man had the power. So they've really shown with this new one that everybody has the power within themselves to be more. Netflix, Princess Pop, probably never going to get the toy support it needs. Mattel is notorious for reusing parts, and they too many unique bodies. Well, they did put like a Barbie style lineup out at the time. It is limited and is pretty rare, but there were like some toys of it. Yep. Corey did do that, and I'm jealous. See for life. It just seemed like yeah, I know, man. Well, you noticed I not wear any of my Ravens paraphernalia when we went. Gotta go, folks. Oz, great stream tonight. Thanks again for the figs. All hail the Wizard of Oz. Thank you, Scalavator, for being here. I really appreciate it, man. So glad you can make it. And I will be talking to you, of course, more this week. And we will be doing a horde party on Thursday. I used to like football in the late 90s when I was in middle school with the Packers. Yeah, yeah, Packers are something to be reckoned with, but I think they lost the Super Bowl to the Patriots and a tour. Gamerbot, you are so passionate about things you are into, whether it's the toys or sports. Man, you are just so passionate. Everybody saying night to Skelevator. Appreciate you guys. And am I the only one who likes new adventures? I had Hydron and Tuscador. Ray Ray Cat, I've grown to like it. I will put it that way. I like it more now than I did when I was a kid. And that's because coming off of the regular Filmation He Man and the original vintage line and getting the new adventures, He Man looks so wimpy. It was just really hard for me to adjust to it. So, that was my big thing. It was that again, resistance to change. Oh no, John Westby says the Tina Turner Barbie is sold out. Didn't like Netflix Shira. I watched it all because I was Shira, but it's not for me. Filmation all the way. Hope Amazon doesn't ruin the live action. We'll see, man. We'll see. I like to, see things with a different view when when it comes to new media. I like to be able to look at it like, okay, this is not that. This is this. This is its own thing. And just appreciate it for what it is. Like when the first X-Men movie came out, a lot of people really got behind it and loved it. Me as a fan of the 90s animated series, which was pretty closely related to some of the comics of the early 90s, I was like, this is not X-Men. Hugh Jackman was tall as Wolverine, but I still enjoyed it as its own media, even though it was differed greatly from the comics. I just have this tendency to be able to be okay with disassociating myself from what I know and what I love and being able to appreciate what gets presented even when it's not. But why was everything closed at 9? Dude, I couldn't tell you, man. I had no idea why everything was closed at 9 up there because that was terrible. Monster High dolls, but the older ones. I've actually spoken to a couple people that really enjoy the older Monster High dolls. They seem pretty cool. I definitely thought they would have been awesome. Try being a Ravens fan in Colts territory. Anybody that knows your football history knows what my sister's talking about. But even after that, I would sit with my grandpa every Sunday and watch football with him because he loved it and spending time with it was cool. I agree. Yeah. As actually when I think what was it, Carol, like 1993 was the first time we may have all watched a Super Bowl. It was my sister, myself, and my dad went over to my grandfather's house and we watched it over there and we had chips and salsa. And it was just this fun time watching this game, seeing all the great commercials, and I fell in love with the sport. All right. Again, trying to skip over some of the chat, guys. All right, Gamer Bud coming to the support of new adventures for Ray Ray Ken, and I was like 3 or 4 when it came out. Right, I'm a little upset with CGI He-Man because they effectively got rid of Ram Man. We may see a redemption arc, and I'd be okay with that. We're gonna have to see what happens in the next season. We've had some spoilers with some toys coming, so March 2024 can come soon enough. Hillian Dread, I am glad you are here tonight, brother. Thank you for popping in. It's good to see you. And yeah, I view each iteration of Motu as its own contained universe and not shared with any of the other versions. That's the best way to look at it sometimes. Uh, yeah, nobody wants to be a Browns fan. Ah, yeah. Hey, I got it. Again, if you know your history of the football, that's where the Ravens came from. The Browns. Everyone, don't forget to like the stream. John Westby, thank you very much again. Reminding everybody, go hit that like button. Those were high times for me. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. Motu hasn't ever had a solid cannon. Well, when it was the cluster that it was to get it out, uh, out the door for the industry at the time, like, they created the idea of the mini comics on the fly in a meeting. They kind of did almost the same thing later after reviewing what was supposed to be a toy commercial. Is kind of like that the first look at what became the Filmation series. So yeah, me and the boys been watched the new season of Motu CGI. That Skelegon is awesome, right? Oh my god, yes. And Digitino's armor is glow in the dark, and I am a sucker for the glow in the dark stuff. I am on the hunt for Digitino. I can't wait to see how big Cosmic Skeletor from CGI will be. They said he's going to be like a 10 or 11-inch figure scale. So like he's going to be double the size of the figures for that, which is amazing. I can't wait for that Cosmic Skeletor. And they gave him the disco coloration a little bit too. Oh, I knew they had moved, just wasn't sure where. Yeah, yeah. Motu cannon is less of a cannonball and more like a shotgun blast. It's like a blunderbuss, a blunderbust. Yeah, whereas like the early version of the shotgun with a barrel like this huge, and you just packed it full of whatever crap you could with a little powder charge behind it. You let the freaking torch go, and everything in front of it was decimated. I think it's a good thing. I don't know what that's in reference to, but if it's something we were talking about here tonight, I'm going to assume it was a good thing too. Okay, so unfortunately, Skelevator has left just as we're getting to the figures that we were most excited about opening up tonight, or at least I've definitely been more excited about the Horde figures. So we're going to start with Mantenna, just because there's a lot more stuff inside the Leech box. So we're going to go with Mantenna first and play around with him a little bit, because I have been waiting ever since I was a little kid to have a Mantenna figure with 4 separate legs. And not only did I get 4 separate legs with this new version, they're articulated. How cool is that? I mean, again, I know for you guys that were into classics and everything like that, you guys got your Mantenna, which 4 legs, your articulation. But when I had my original, oh, I wonder if that's exclusive to the Mantenna package. All right, so Rare Ken, I know you are Having trouble connect. Ah, there we go. And we're back. Okay, guys, may have lost you for a little bit. Hope that wasn't too scary. Hope you didn't miss me. I was talking the whole time. I have no idea if you guys heard what I was saying. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like it froze everything up for a little bit, but we are back, everybody. Absolutely. So, just going to run through here real bit. Uh, all right. Glow in the dark. Big reason why I'm getting him. Digitino looks kind of like Latin Elvis. Yeah, he does look a little like Elvis. Chef M80 Green, Mantana favorite Horde member. Do you think we will get an Adora or a Despair in the Origins Masterverse? Well, I mean, we do have Shira at least. I don't know if we're going to be getting Adora or Despera. I think there might be something tied up with the rights with those right now. And that also might be why it's a little hard getting any of the Princess Power figures. I think it's also why the ones that came out in Masterverse are more stylized towards the Filmation version and then a little bit more of an original look for Shira in a lot of ways. But I think it's also the reason why on the back of her box, she got that pink Swiftwind as opposed to the white, more Filmation looking version of her. But we will see. Of course, I am the Horde. I would say more likely Masterverse than Origins. I agree. And now here's where the freeze came in. Carol said yes, so I'm hoping that was in reference towards hearing me. And no one's saying there we go. Welcome back. Yeah, I appreciate being back on my own stream. Thank you all for sticking around while I had some technical issues. I don't know what happened. We need an Adora and Adam 2 pack in Masterverse. That would be kind of cool. I've already said a couple times on the channel I want to see a Royal Family 4 pack. I'd love to have that in either Origins or Masterverse. Certain we will get a Mantenna in Masterverse. Yeah, me too. I really want some more Horde in Masterverse. It was supposed to be a commercial break, but the network dropped the ball. You know what? I tried to get some sponsors to run some ads in at the time, but you know how these things are. It's hard. It's hard. Hope you all had a chance to run to the bathroom, grab yourself snacks, coffee. We still got some more. Even after Mantenna, we got one more package to open after that. And Danny saying, agreed, chef. Yeah, man, that would be great. Honky Tonk WWE figure, take the guitar outfit off of him, put it on Digitina. Hey, there you go. That's a good idea, Gamer Bud. Those Superstars lines pretty good. Yeah, Royal Family 4 pack would be epic. I agree, man. I think it'd be really cool to get something like that. Kind of like maybe a little stylized, like, well, I mean, we know how pricey Mattel Creations likes to get with their 4 packs. So I don't know. They got payment plans now, so that wouldn't hurt too bad. Thanks for the awesome tip. And Ultimate Masterverse 2 pack would be transforming He Man in a blue translucent plastic with glitter swirled in him and the pack him with the Prince Adam figure. We could definitely see that considering they are doing a very blue translucent stuff with some of the pig head things for that coming out. So I agree. And Mantenna is a figure and a half for a price of one. Agree, Mantenna. Yeah, yeah. Ray Ray Cannon's great. So you said you were opening up Wave 10. I got to ask, and maybe I'm just being silly or anything. So his head's pretty wide, which creates for a unique blister. But when opening it, I noticed, on the usual boxes, you get that more tapered look at the top. And again, I know his head's pretty wide. So I'm guessing that's just the reason for how wide this is versus that little peak and this not having that peak. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Just a slightly different blister for the new. And I love how they include the little sticker piece for the pack that it is. You get the 2000X. We've seen it on Evelyn's and everything, and that Lords of Power. And then we got the Evil Horde sticker for Horde. I love that they do that. You even got the Sunman one for the Sunman version. I think it's great inclusion if they do those for the separate lines. I like how they do it on the Masterverse boxes too. I think it's great because I know it costs a lot more money to print that on the cardboard than it does to just slap a sticker on it like they do for these. So, yeah, we definitely need Princess Adora and Queen Marlena. I agree. Yeah, and Chefs with Cake would be cool deluxe pack for Origins, right? For Origins, of course. Yeah, I mean that's the main one I collect, so I'm always for anything more in the Origins line. Mantenna will kiss the arm. And an extra leg. Yeah, costing the extra arm and leg. I love a gamer, but I feel like you already have a sponsor. Do I, Corey? Do I have a sponsor? I kind of do. I got a couple actually. Um, Not in the usual sense, but I do because it helps. Every little bit helps, and I appreciate everything that you've helped with. Guys, I know you heard me talk a little bit more about Corey earlier and how much he has helped with the channel and getting stuff. So, yeah, Corey, thank you very much for that help. I appreciate it because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have nearly as much of this stuff as I do. And I know we still got some more stuff coming your way. So, unfortunately, when I did this, I dropped the crossbow. So, he does have his classic gray crossbow for the Horde. I'm loving that we have, and let me clear the chat here real quick. I love the feature for the eyes, how well it works. I mean, it's just kind of like a swivel kind of thing, as opposed to the old button, but that's fine. I love that they gave him the darker blue colors, not quite as bright as the Filmation version. And again, I'm loving that he has the 4 articulated legs. This thing is insane, and I love it. Sure, 2 left, 2 right feet. Okay. Second there, it almost looked like this was an extra left foot. So, gosh, look at that. Oh my God, I can't wait to get more in depth with these Horde guys and talk about them on Thursday. On the next episode of Toy Frenzy, we're going to be doing a whole Horde special in their relation to monster archetypes and what you can see with them, even in the original Universal. So, again, he's got that same crossbow that you see with all the Horde characters, which I always love. It's not the hair trigger that the original ones used to be. Like, you actually really got to put effort in to shoot these ones, but we all know it didn't really shoot anyway. So, it's cool. God, I love this figure. Look at that. And he's so ugly and monstrous looking. Oof. So I'm guessing this is definitely kind of like the how the end piece is going to be on like Modulock and Multibot, something similar to this, so that we can have the legs go in. That's great. And of course, he comes with same book that Pighead and He-Man came with. So again, as we got multiples of the comic now, and like I said, I can't wait to sit down and actually read more of the story of Pighead told from the ruler of the sun himself, Sunman. When I get a chance to actually read that later, God, that's good. And again, the artwork here, how they showed Grizzlor from the original, and then you have, of course, the 2 Snake Men with it. Great artwork. Gosh. All right. So we've got one more to go here, guys. Oh man, I've been so excited about this Leech since they showed him off. I love that we get vintage style Leech in all of his glory. Then we get more of the classic style with the pack in hands and the head. Think that's great. And again, he's got his crossbow. And he has his own mini comic, which I like. All right, let's crack him open here. So, as I said, last 2 weeks have been really good as far as the hunt went for getting toys. You guys are going to see in a video that I spliced together over the tomorrow next couple days that posted to the channel later. And of course, you guys know you most likely see me tomorrow night on Geek Dad Life in the chats for Toy Geeks talking tomorrow night. I got a lot of work I got to do tomorrow before I get there, but I'm going to wake up and start my day early so I can make sure I get everything done and then be able to unwind with you guys tomorrow on that, because I always love viewing that show. It's actually my introduction to quite a few of you was in their chats before Seeing a lot of you guys over in Mega J's chat. We have the Night of the Leech. God, even the it's like that old campy just horror title, Night of the Leech. Oh man. Of course, on the cross cell on the back, you see this definitely coincided with Wave 9. See, we got Roton pictured on the cross cell, as well as Snoutspout, who was also part of the deluxe wave for this. And then again, the rest of the figures in Wave 9, which I love that because, when you see those, you can kind of see which waves they kind of coincide the deluxe figures for. See, Carol, you saw him a few weeks ago at Walmart. He has been so hard. There's like this first time seeing him out here. The journey we went on today, we started off the usual um, one that we go to that's pretty close to the house, and then we went over there, and after we went into that store, that Target, we decided to make the trip. We got some lunch in the area first. Well, you guys are going to see all this in the video anyway. Well, not all of it, because I filmed a clip and then we would travel and then film another clip when we got there and then we would travel. So one of his hands fell and I'm not sure where it went to. Oh, I need more. I need some better light down here. I get my handy dandy flashlight because I did want to do the swapping out of the hands, but it's a little tough to do that if I don't have the hands. So where did? Oh no! Oh no, guys! Uh-oh! Don't you love how professional my streams and my lives go? We are on the hunt for hands. Oh goodness! Oh, there it is. I found it. Oh, sorry, guys. All right. Oh wow! Just finally actually seeing all the notifications on my phone from everything. Wow, it's kind of blowing up. I'm pretty popular today. Hopefully, a lot of that is from all you guys. So I'm gonna scroll back here a little bit because I've missed a lot going on and talking about things. And so now we've got Chef M80 saying, I get the feeling we aren't going to see any more pop in Origins. Shira was probably a one and done. We can only hope, man. Time will tell. They got to work out new deals and stuff with licensing as it goes. So we'll find out. Origins, too bad, please. I know you said too bad, but we got you. Yeah. Origins, too bad is going to be nice. And I hope it's a deluxe. Are his ears soft like the vintage or are they plastic? They're a little more hard plastic, Gamer Bud. Ears are definitely a little more hard plastic than the vintage. Modulac and Multibot will be towards the end of the Origins line if we ever get them at all. We might not get them. We got to see where things go. I would love if we would get them because I think they were really fun back in the day. But those boxes were huge. They got a lot of parts to them. That Masterverse Too Bad is awesome, right? Yeah, that thing is really great. I can't wait to see him in person. Feel like Modulac and Multibot will be towards the end of the Origin storyline. Yeah, again, it'll probably be a little bit later. There's a lot of individual tooling that goes into those guys. So yeah, I mean, they would definitely have to have um, quite a bit of money saved up for new tooling to get those out. We get Catcher and Shira, and we are getting Frosta and Shadow Weaver. So I'm assuming the rest of the Filmation Pop are coming in Masterverse. So I'm hoping we get an Adora. That would be great. I'd love to see an Adora. Again, still love to see Adam in Masterverse of any kind. Well, I guess technically with Battle Armor He-Man, we do have an Adam in New Eternia. I saw Leech a few weeks ago at Walmart. Yeah, I was reading that earlier, wasn't able to bring it up. When was Shadow Weaver announced for Masterverse? That was at San Diego Comic Con. It was in the case with quite a few of the other figures. Uh, You can search for it on YouTube and see it in the video where they go over it. Also, if you want, I've got pictures of it from back then because that was like one of the very first episodes that Skelevator and I did was covering a lot of the San Diego Comic Con news. So Chef M80, if you want, you can reach me on IG. I can send you pics of it if you missed and you didn't see it. I really would like to see a Queen Marlene. I agree. I think we're all in agreement. We'd like to see the royal family a little bit more than just King Randor, anyway. I think we will see Masterverse toys based on live action Shira. Probably, considering it's well, I don't know. Again, I guess it would depend on who has the rights to make the toys for it. I couldn't see why Mattel wouldn't have the rights to do that. It might be part of a new contract they got coming up, and who knows? That might be a reason why we're not seeing more of it now, because they might be waiting until that's out and then drop a lot more of that on us once it goes live. So that is, boy, Leech is a hefty figure. I mean, he always was back in the day too, but he is definitely a hefty boy. All right, guys. So again, we've got the amazing back and the cross sell on the actual package itself. I love this kind of very Fright Zone esque, but very swampish, like where the Snake Men, like a lot of the back card art for these newer wave or for the Snake Men wave, and this have definitely been more jungle, more swamp. Oh my god, I got Motu all over my desk here. That's what she said. Um, but I'm loving that showing off those different environments a little bit more with each one of these packagings. I love how they try to honor the original uh, box art for a lot of these guys. They might just have like a figure swapped in and out based off of who's currently coming out and or what else we've seen already. Oh wow, how is he stuck on there? Okay, I see what they did. So he is not as easy to pop out of the package as the rest because there's unique flippers for his feet, but I managed to do okay. Now on this one, I gotta do the same. So like I normally like to just kind of like pop them up and over. Um, but for him, the little plastic bands got like right up into the crease here. So I'm glad I realized and stopped because if I kept pulling, that plastic may have actually ended up cutting through and popping it. So I love that they kept the suction cup action for this guy. I mean, he doesn't have the button switch on the back where he kind of like makes sure you pressure sucked it for the face. But let's see what we can do here. See how well he sticks to this bookcase I have next to my desk. Huh? Let me see here. Move around a little bit. Try to get his feet in a better position. He's a little too heavy for that to just stand and walk up it Spider-Man style like that. But if I can get more grippage here. Oh yeah, he would stick. He would definitely stick. I just got to get the right positioning for them all. But I love that they did that vintage head with them. I love that they got the suction cups on the arms. I think it's great. And again, one of the things I love about this line is that modularity. You guys still hearing me okay? Everything coming through? Because I'm just realizing I'm kind of yanking on this thing. There. If I was coming across a little hard before, you probably hear me better now. I hope so. I don't know if that cut out a little bit, but I love that we get that modularity. As a matter of fact, they confirmed that this particular head for Leech was sculpted by the amazing corn boy of the Four Horsemen. Now, I'm not sure if that's because back in the day he sculpted the classics version and then they just downscaled it or if he did all new tooling, very reminiscent of the classics version for this figure. I don't believe I heard that full story, but he definitely said he is the one that sculpted the leech head. Gosh, I think this just makes this figure so much cooler, knowing that they gave him these alternate heads. Look at these crazy hands. Gosh, they're so awkward and weird looking. It looks like he's got arthritis. Oh man. So one thing I'm noticing that's pretty interesting on most of the Horde figures, we all know that they have those armbands, and those armbands do come on and off. For the Leech figure, he has the armband, but there is no Horde symbol on the armband, and it's a sculpted, tooled feature of his arm that does not come off. And here, same with Mantenna, but I get it because he's kind of got those fins. So I guess they just figured they weren't going to put one on him. Plus, he's got the Horde symbol pretty big on his chest piece, and he gets it twice, two times more on his boots. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, guys, so we've opened them all up. I've did some swapping of the parts. I love how amazing these figures are. And what a time for me to really flesh out that original Horde with having quite a bit of more of the original Horde now. As I've stated before, I've got Grizzlor, I've got Mosquitor, I've so I got Hordak, Grizzlor, Mosquitor, Macho Man, from those of you that collected the WWE Eternia line. I have Mantenna, and I have Leech. So why do I feel like I'm missing somebody that's already been out? I feel like I'm missing one. Uh-oh. I've got Leech stuck to his card back. I love it. It's great. Suction action totally works. And I'm going to catch back up with this here. All right. So I know the last question we left off on was from Thanos Copter asking about if we'll see the Masterverse toys based on live action Shira. And there's definitely a hope. So, how cool would it be if the Masterverse Leech was the same features as the Origins where you can stick in the walls? I mean, it'd be pretty bad if he wasn't able to, but I could also see where again, maybe they would just keep the extra hands and not do it, but it's gonna be great. And Gamer Bud, as you agree, either way, it will be good. And is live action Shiro still happening? As far as I know, yes, we're still supposed to be getting it. Danny Phillips, yeah, the swampy art reminds me of a Beast Island. Oh, nearby, right? Yes. And Chef say or Danny Phillips telling Chef that yeah, it's still happening. Like I said, as far as I know, everything still working. He sticks better to glass. He always did, so I'm not surprised. But yeah, he still does stick to a flat surface, which I think is great. All right, everybody telling me that they can still hear me. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. It's definitely important to hear that. I'm so disappointed in Thunder Punch He-Man. Wasn't expecting the cap feature, but it doesn't look like it deserves to be a deluxe figure. Yeah, I mean, one thing that I think I would have liked to have seen with the Thunder Punch is adding back in the gimmick for the pull back and swing forward. They've done it with the CGI line. They still could have done it with Thunder Punch, and I think it definitely would have helped with that full Thunder punching action. Um, as far as them giving it to being deluxe, I would love to say that because of that effects piece for his Thunder Punch, that's why we're getting him in deluxe. But let's face it, most versions of He Man come with up to three accessories: a sword, an axe, and a shield. With that, you get a sword, an axe, or you get a sword, a shield, and a punch special effect. Probably could have been a normal figure. I think they're trying to push all versions, mostly of Skeletor and He-Man as deluxe. I really feel that with 2000X, they just couldn't find a good reason to make them a deluxe. But Again, Snake Armor He-Man, they've showed him and he's not going to be a deluxe. So I'm not sure. I think Snake Armor He-Man probably would have been a better deluxe than Thunder Punch, but I mean, we'll see as time goes on how that's going to look. He looks pretty good. Can't wait to find him. Which one is that? Leech? Yeah. Yeah, he's really great. And let's see. Hold your thumb on it. See if it changes. Hold my thumb on what, Corey? What did I miss? Wait, what? Oh, I know what you mean. I mean, he's not a transformer, but why not? Let's see. Doesn't feel like that texture, so I doubt it will. No, still nothing. Cool call out though. Awesome feature that we used to get in a lot of toys that we don't get now. Chef Mini Thunder Punch He-Man should not be a deluxe figure. See, yeah, I'm really feeling you guys on that. I kind of feel like it's definitely not entirely a deluxe, but Thunder Punch would have been the perfect character for the old Swing Punch, right? Exactly. It needs like that feature would have made it. I think it would have been awesome with that. Corey, it's funny, yeah. I figured it out before I saw this in the chat, so thank you, man. Hey, man, Dylan, glad you can make it out, buddy. I mean, we're really just wrapping up. You've missed most of it here. We've been opening up some toys tonight, having fun, talking about all stuff He-Man. I mean, as you can see, I've been going live for 2 hours at this point, so I'm going to be definitely trying to wrap it up soon here. It's a pretty long live to be going by myself, but you guys made a lot of fun. All the engagement really, really helps out. Keeps the chat going, keeps the conversation going, which is the most important part. I really, really like that we can keep this conversation going for hours on end with you guys, and that's why we got to break this up multiple times over the week so that we can just keep the conversation going, but not get worn out all in one night. So, Dylan, thank you for making it here, brother. I really appreciate it. And if you're just making it in now, I hope you go back and watch the rest of the fun. I've had a little some technical difficulties here and there, but you know, it's as it happens when we use technology. I'm sure they would have said that in the package somewhere. Yeah, they always had the call out on the package about the features. Definitely. I think each wave they need to have two deluxe figures, and was he only to fall in that line. Gamer Bud, I'm having trouble following you here. You lost me. And he was the only figure to fall in that line. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. So yeah, you're talking about with Thunder Punch He-Man. Well, again, if we're talking about doing two deluxe per wave, which it's almost that. It's almost that. There are less deluxe waves than there are regular waves. Um, it's almost like every other wave gets a deluxe wave. Except for most recently, definitely with the last several, we've had two deluxe, four figures. So I mean that definitely has seemed to evolve more into the standard. Um, but yeah, so with that, I think the Snake Armor He-Man probably would have been a better choice for a deluxe figure. Um, King Hiss, with the size of his swappable parts, because it is all swappable body parts, he definitely fits that deluxe bill. So maybe they could have put Thunder Punch He-Man on the regular card and then put Snake Armor He-Man as the deluxe because he seems like he has a little bit more with the feature, a little bit more deserving of that deluxe uh, title with his stuff. Yeah, yeah, okay. See, I figured it out. I eventually deciphered it, but you're good, man. I can normally figure it out. Good night, all. Oz's videos and pictures are posted on Insta. There we go, guys. So you will see on there. I believe gosh, I hope she's referring to the Halloween decorations and stuff. So pretty sure. Otherwise, I'm wondering what photos am I, or what videos she posted. I'm pretty sure she's talking about the Halloween stuff. God, I hope. Let me see. If they're on Insta, I should be able to pull them up. Might be able to do a share screen. Let me go ahead here. All right, where we go. And let's do a quick look up for. let me see if I can bring this up. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So, guys, we'll go ahead and let me go ahead and bring this up here. I'll probably do it like this. Share screen. Here, I can actually get specifically the window, and I think that would be better. All right, so we got some picture in picture here. So anyway, this is what my sister was talking about here. She has this, and I got that sound. So I can hear the sound. I don't know if you guys can, but this is my sister's yard out in Indiana. This is really cool seeing her display. Oh man, this is so cool seeing this. So when she was talking about decorating for Halloween, she has gone all out. Wonder if I can. No, I'm not seeing a full screen here. I was gonna try a full screen it, guys. Sorry. There's that dragon I was talking about. Oh wow. If you guys can hear this, okay. Yeah, yeah. So that's her Halloween display. Here's some more pictures during the daytime. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. And I'm doing the wrong thing again, or am I doing the right thing? Let me see. No, that kind of didn't help at all. All right, guys. Unfortunately, let me see. Send page to devices. Share web select web capture. P source inspect. No, unfortunately, I don't really see a way that I can blow this up anymore. But again, if you guys are interested, you can check out my sister on IG. So you can definitely find her on IG at Charm City 64. I bet if you guys give her a follow, she'll definitely check it out. But those are her new additions to her Halloween display. And like I said, if there was a war before, she has crushed the competition now with that because that is nuts. I love it. All right, guys. So, yeah, going through the chat here. Everybody talking about how awesome it was, or how awesome it is, rather. And yeah, when we had went out, it was around. It, we left the day after Halloween to go see my sister that year. So I would leave that out all year round. That's pretty much how I used to decorate my place was with all of that. So, which is gonna well, you offer some sweet treats and nom, nom. That's how Hansel and Gretel got messed up. So, well, actually they turned it around on the witch. But guys, this has been a really fun night. I have enjoyed sitting here talking toys, opening up toys with you. We talked briefly about the actual topic of tonight being about who the toy companies are selling for. But I mean, let's face it, they know what age we're at. They kind of figure most of us should have some more disposable income at this point. They're definitely eating up the nostalgia factor. They know we're all feeling this nostalgia wave and they are riding it hard and they are giving us, I mean, that's why we've got not just Toon Ninja Turtles coming back to market. Uh, you know, with NECA, but we've also got Super 7 doing the original toy Ultimates. We've got the movies coming out. These guys are pushing it hard because they know we're living off the nostalgia. And Mattel's getting in on it too with their biggest brand. So we're missing Catcher for Origins, and I forgot that the Scorpion. Yeah, yeah. I would like to see them both in Origins as well, and they could definitely do the Scorpion. God, what's her name? I want to say Scorpina, but I also know that was the name of the girl in Power Rangers, so I'm kind of feeling like I might be wrong on that. Uh, Ray from Collecting Classics, he's here now, so STFU and let's party. Disposable income in today's economy, please. I agree. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to go around. And that's my boy Oz. What's going on, Ray? Glad you can make it out, brother. Missed it, man. Been opening up action figures all night here. Got we went through the gambit tonight. We got some antenna, opened him up. Finally got Leech, got him going. Put on the new head, the new hands. We've got the original ones. My pick from this past Thursday's show from this week or last weekend, we got Pighead, as well as oh no, just knocked his axe out of his hand, but the 2000X He-Man as well. Open them all up here tonight live, having fun, just opening up toys and talking toys. So we got everybody shouting out for Ray here. Best man on Instagram. Absolutely. Ray has dominated the IG channels. He's got all kinds of great content coming off of his IG. He does lives regularly. He's doing collabs with everybody. It's amazing. It's totally awesome. And as you all know, he is part of the awesome verse as he likes to come here and join me. Uh, Speaking of, you know what, Ray? I wasn't planning on going on for too much longer, but what do you say? You want to jump on and give a shout out to everybody? How do you feel about that? Let me see here. You know what? I think this will work. Ray, give me a shout in the chat. Tell me how you feel. I'll throw you a link. You could jump on and we could chat for a bit before us sign off for the night. What do you think? Everybody. Yeah, there it is. He said it. He said it. I'm going to go put it in the group. If Jay sees it, Jay can jump on too. There it is. It's in the group. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, most of you have, which if you haven't, I don't know how you haven't yet. Follow Collecting Classics on IG, follow them on YouTube. This isn't that kind of channel, Corey. You got to wait when I get my OF set up. I mean, I'm still trying to get the Patreon thing down. And then after Patreon, OF is the way to go. And then on there, you can jump in. We'll collab on that. How about that? We'll get set up kind of like the image Thanos copter sent us earlier. How about that? Ray, let me know if that link worked. If it didn't, you know what? Here it is. The invite link. Let me see. Did that link work? Yeah, yeah, that should be it. It should work. There he is. There he is. Let's bring him in here.
Yo,
We
I'm
are going to
plugged
jump
up.
full screen.
I'm in.
What's up, Ray? Been a while since we both jumped on the mic together. How has your day gone?
My day has gone by like that. Uh, we're
Excellent.
uh, we're hanging on. We're staying dry. It's raining here in Cali. Uh, the
Oh, good.
mystical the mystical sky water is falling down. What's up, everybody in the chat? Oz, thanks for having me, dude. I love the
Yeah, of
figs.
course, man.
You got me beat on the fig, man. I still got my pig head sealed, but I do have one antenna open. But you got me beat on the pig head, man. I'm afraid to open them.
Well, it's funny. I was just announcing to the chat earlier, as a matter of fact, that while I was out today, not only because see, I grabbed Pighead up last week along with 2000X He Man. This week, while I was out with my boy Ziggy, we came across not just one Mantenna, but two.
Yeah,
And we came across another pig head.
love it.
Unfortunately, these guys are spoken for. I picked them up because Skelevator's been looking for them for a while now, and he had asked
Yeah.
me if I found them while I was out today. If we wouldn't mind. So Ziggy and I did him a solid. We picked those up. We're going to be shipping them out this week. We're going to be getting that going. I've still got something for you on the way too. That's going to be getting shipped out this upcoming weekend. It's great, man. This Saturday, we're
For
taking a.
me?
Yeah, I got something coming for you. We talked about it before.
Oh, snap.
I'm going to wait until you get it, and then you can post it on your live, and we'll talk about it there.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
That's something for you, though. Something
So
that's
here's
very,
something.
very hard to get.
Here's something for you. I don't know if you knew this or not. Were you where you had to have known there's two types of antennas?
Yes.
Have you
There
heard
is
about
a.
the mythos of Montana?
What do we got going on? What do you got? Let's drop the knowledge for the people.
So mine are kind of tucked away. I don't think I could pull it out. I don't even know where he is. So that's not going to happen. But I'll tell you, um, Montana has two variants in the packaging. He's got one with the solid eyes that don't really move. You could wiggle the package. Those eyes are staying right there. They're not moving. Then they have a wiggly eye version in the
Mm,
package. If you shake him and his eyes are loose and they just kind of wiggle. We did learn that they are on, one is on a domestic card and the other one is on an international card, which you can get on BBTS, as they are the ones that ship international cards.
right.
So with your Montana right now, if you shake him, does he have wiggly or stationary eyes? Are they like stuck in there? And
They're stationary. They don't
uh,
wiggle.
okay,
Now,
there's a version where they kind of wiggle and they're loose and it's goofy.
now here's the thing with that might be part of it. And we'd have to get somebody who's got an international carded one to confirm.
Yeah, I opened my international card. I don't even know where he's at. Looking at my stuff here, I'm like,
Do his
wait, where did
eyes
Montana
still
go?
wiggle, or they kind of feel solid now that he's off the card?
Uh, so the wiggly eye version is absolutely wiggly, even if you open it. It's
Okay.
in the blister. He's dancing around and acting all goofy. Uh,
Right.
let's see.
Because
Let's see here.
I was going to say what might happen is depending on how the button is or how the packaging is heat shrinked uh, to be a little more form fitting. Because his eyes, if you push down the button on the back,
Yeah,
they are really loose
yeah.
when you push that button in for the action figure. So if the blister were actually pushing on that button itself, that would create that loose eye thing. But if you're saying they're still wiggly off the package, that must mean it's a little different. Yeah, oh yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I
It's
see
just
what you're saying.
slightly.
Yeah, he's got that looseness to him. Well,
He's got a
see
little bit
on
of loosey goosey to his eyes.
yeah, on the back of the blister here, it's a little bit more soft plastic right above that button, like it's stretched, like the plastic stretched a little bit. So I'm wondering if that is because the handle for the eyes was pushing that out a little bit more and stretched it, creating that more solid seal. That's cool though.
Yeah,
He's
nothing.
feeling good.
If you guys
He's
can
never.
see the side of, there's the button in the back of his head. Nothing's touching the button. So these are the loose eyeball variant, and then the international card is the stationary eyes. It's just a
Oh, okay.
cool. It's just a cool thing. A few of us were aware of it, so I went hunting for it. Unfortunately, my BBTS showed up. It was crinkled. The card was all bent and folded, so I had to open it and enjoy it. But hey, what are you doing? If you're not opening and enjoying your figs, what the heck are you doing? You're living like me, and you're all nuts.
You got to look at it this way, man. I just spent 2 hours going live, opening up figures and talking
Yeah.
about,
No,
and all I did
exactly.
was open four. All I
Yeah.
did was open four.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah, man. So I'm
It
gonna go
feels
back
good to
and
let them
check.
out.
Right, right. Oh man, everybody's always. Maybe I should have read those more carefully before blowing them up, man. Chat's
Yeah.
going wild tonight.
Wow.
Chat is going wild. Yeah, we've had a great night. Everybody's been jumping in, talking about everything. And Ray is saying, "Good to see you, Ray." Of
Good to see
course.
you, Ray Black.
Ray's Happy Eternia dance made it rain in Cali. So that's what it is. The Happy
I'm
Eternia
telling you.
dance is
I'm
actually
telling you.
actually the rain dance.
Yeah.
Hey piggy
It's
pig.
it's the Ray dance, the rain dance.
There it is.
RAY-N dance.
There we go. Capital N. Do your eyes hang low? Do they wiggle to and fro?
Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow?
He's just
Wow.
pasting the eyes. Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see did you see yesterday's live? Did you see what I got from Australia?
Yeah, man, I was totally watching that. Yeah, you had the custom cats Oz, a fellow Oz, but he's Oz because he's from Australia. I love how well he flocks these guys.
Oh my god, it's not even a joke how nice it is.
It's it's funny too. In one of the Facebook groups today, somebody had posted that they made their own Moss Man off of an Origins Beast Man, and they were, or was it Facebook or was it? It might have been Reddit actually. He was talking about how patchy it was, and it's funny because like after seeing your live yesterday with custom cats,
It's flawless.
just like the detail he's put on there, he's got to watch some videos and get some tips.
It's
Ray
like
froze a little
it's
bit. You still here?
yeah, yeah, am I here?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, you're here. You're good now. It caught up. There was a little lag.
Yeah, it's the best flocking I've ever seen besides a like a new school origin flock, but even that is a little different because it's got joints. This is an 80s cat. It's got the flock. It's outrageous. So, yeah, this is I'm most excited about this one right now.
Yep. So we've got Gamer Bud now. He's talking about how he opens all of his figures, tries to fit them on his desk. Yeah, we've seen that display. He showed it off for us on Thursday night's viewer showcase. You guys have seen it. He has got all of his collection all over his desk, and it's a great looking collection. So here he is talking about the faker, and the flocking is amazing. Along with the cats, and at work we actually just have a counter that lines the wall that we all use as a desk. Yeah, yeah, that happens
Oh yeah.
sometimes. And Hillian Dredge chiming in saying he opens all of his. I know the unopened will be worth more, but I got to display such an impressive collection of figures unboxed. Hey, man,
Yeah.
totally. Everybody does it their own way. Like I even said
Yeah.
when I was making this announcement video, I'm going to make some mint on card collectors cry tonight because here I am opening up all these great toys. Uh, but it's one of those things where where's the value for you?
Yeah.
Is the value in the monetary gain of it? Because yeah, sure. Is that unopened version going to be worth more sometime? Yeah. But you know what? The worth it to me is the emotional attachment
Yeah.
that I have to these, and the fact that they have been well loved and played with is where my worth is.
Yeah.
So when my son visits and we're getting down and we're playing and I'm explaining to him now because I've got Grizzler, I've got Mosquito, I've got Hordak, I've got Macho Man from the WWE tournament. Now I have Leech and I
Yeah.
got
That's a
Mantana.
great fig. That's a great
Oh
fig.
my
That leech.
God,
That
yes.
leech is brilliant,
I
right?
love this. I love this. I love the original hands. We got them
Yeah.
so I could play with them both ways. He's got the original head, and then he's got
Yeah.
the new sculpted head from Corn Boy,
I
Four
love that.
Horsemen.
I
It's
love that.
Oh man, it's
And you
so
know
cool.
what? You're right. It's what the value is for you.
Right.
And growing up, I was a little rambunctious. I
Hmm.
was a little bit of a wild child, as you could describe it. So I
Yep.
had toys and collections of Star Wars and X-Men and Spawn. That's when Spawn was coming out, right? And
Yeah.
so I was James Dean at a young age. I didn't want to follow the rules. I was a rebel. I was burning it up at like 6, 7 years old, right? And my parents would actually use action figures to help me do my chores, help
Yeah.
me get good grades in school, help me
Sure.
stay focused on my extracurricular activities, right? And so there's a weird connection, like you said. It's an emotional connection, and some of
Hmm.
those are open. I have a huge collection all over the house here, and there's hundreds of open figs, and then there's a bunch that are sealed, and part of me keeps them sealed like the Masterverse collection and stuff because
Right.
I feel like I worked hard, I earned them. This is my victory, and this is my way of kind of having that connection to when I was younger, also.
That's
So
right.
there is a little give and take there on why I open and why I keep sealed, but I think my wife does the same thing for me today. You know, if she keeps me in line with all my figure collection. So
Of course, and that's the best part. I mean, earlier we were talking with Nolan and Ray and how they kind of collect together, up in Canada. And I said that a couple that collects together stays together. And then Ray
yeah,
admitted she only knows about what he gets after he orders it. There's no discussion
yeah,
prior to. So,
yeah, yeah.
but
We have a buddy that follows the channel, Mark Roth, and he's talking about getting two Eternias.
oh God,
So I told him, I said, you know what? The best thing you could probably do is just open both of them and just set up a giant track with
yes,
two Eternias. And when she comes home, you can tell her then, you know?
that's right. Like, look, honey, I took the money we were spending to go to Disneyland, and I built us Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, exactly.
So we got a comment here from Corey. He says, "Hey, I need a Stitch colored kitty," and it's funny. Um, Back when Motu was just coming back out again, and we were just getting Panther, uh, I couldn't wait. We could not find the flocked Panther in stores, but
Yeah.
we were finding the non-flocked version at Target. So I picked up the Target one.
Oh, wow.
And Corey was so impressed with how good that the new cats looked with the toe beads and everything like that underneath that he was really impressed with it. And he was a little upset that the Panther didn't have the fuzzy. He wasn't flocked. And I told him they have a flocked one. It's collectors at Walmart. It's exclusive to Walmart. It's the only place you can
Yeah.
find it.
And it's never gone on sale either. It's still 40
Oh no, it's
bucks.
still 40. Well, I've just started to see pictures of them in the Facebook groups where they are going on clearance for like $5 less.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. With tax, it
So
puts
they're
you
not,
back in the 40 bracket.
right.
So
You're right back up there. So the only Motu toy that Corey owns is the very first time, and this was like 2 years ago now almost. It was back in 2020. The very first flocked Panther that we found again, it was Ziggy and I out doing our toy hunts. We didn't really come up with any luck for us that day, but we found a flocked Panther, and that is in one of Corey's curio cabinets. He has the flocked Panther. He loves it because he can open it up, he can pet it. I mean, he's gotten some real cats since then,
yeah.
so he doesn't just need the flocked one, but he wants a stitch colored kitty. So I got to ask you, Custom Cats Oz, is he taking commissions or uh, because I caught it towards the end when he was going off because he was working on some projects there, so I didn't see
Yeah.
the full interview with him. Is he taking commissions? Is he selling some of those? Uh,
So right now, as Oz's spokesperson in Australia, he has one of these left, and he has a purple one left. Right now, he's only doing these colors
okay,
because that's the material he's invested in. So
sure,
he wants to use all of that material. Um, and you know, he's like he said on the video. For those who missed it, he's an electrician out of Australia. He just does this kind of as a labor of love.
yeah,
I met up with him on Facebook. We've been talking for a few months, going back and forth. So I'm not really sure what his range of commission work, how deep that goes, and what he's willing to take on. But you guys can find that info on my channel. I have his tag posted in the video from yesterday. And
mhm,
if you go and see, you can find these pictures on the page as well. And I have him tagged. I think he's at Custom Cats Oz. Uh, and he's a great dude. He's an older cat,
Yeah.
but he does all vintage Motu. That's his collection. Matter of fact, I traded him my '80s Rio Blast for this. And this is actually, Corey's got me beat. This is actually my first flocked cat. I didn't go in on the $40. I am a bargain hunter. I like a good deal. I got,
Yeah.
we all have bills to pay. We all got, things in our life to take care of. So I didn't feel the value at 40 was worth it.
Sure.
Again, let me preface that. I also come off the tails of Target clearance, where the regular plastic Battle Cat was on clearance for like 6.99, 7.
Yeah. Yeah. It was down in price.
So
I
I picked up
actually,
like 10 of them. I picked up like 10 of them.
yeah.
So I could custom them and go nuts here. So
And you have.
40 bucks for one cat. I was like, bro, but then here I am spending significantly more on something like this. So
But there's how many of those did you say? That's one of two?
right. There's maybe four,
There you go.
maybe five in the world. There's
Yeah.
only one. There's only one flocker.
I
Uh,
love that name, by the way.
there's only one flocker, and he'll never do the armor again. He said it was
Right.
too much work. It was a pain in the neck, so he didn't want to do that again. So
Sure.
that's the only one of flocker we have, but there are a few cats. So check that out with Custom Cats Oz.
There you go. You heard it.
What's a stitch?
Custom
What's
Cats Oz.
enlighten me here? What's a stitch colored kitty?
Well, if you could see, well, that's right. You use your phone, so it's a little
Oh,
small.
okay, okay. So
S-
Lilo and Stitch.
Yes, yes.
Ah,
Corey is a huge Stitch collector. His Stitch collection rivals any of our Motu collections and
yeah.
dwarfs a couple of them.
Is this
You know,
Stitch colored?
yeah, it's about that shade of blue.
Is this what the reference color he's talking about? The
Yeah,
Stitch
yeah.
blue?
Yeah, it's a little bit lighter to me, it seems. His should be like a little grayish blue, but yeah, yeah, that's about dead on for it. So I mean,
Yeah, it's about
either way,
par.
it's close enough. I agree with. As soon as I saw that pop up in the chat, I knew what he meant. He saw your cat and he was like, "That's Stitch color."
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
I don't really know, because something happened on Australia where the dollar kind of tanked.
yeah.
So the exchange rate shifted the last month. So I don't know what his prices currently are. I, I think you're gonna want to go and ask him because
Yeah.
he might be willing to work and shipping might be different where you are from where I am. So
Well, it'll
um,
be a lot more to us because Corey's out here on the East Coast with me. So it
yeah,
would be going over the Pacific to where you are first, making a stop, seeing you in sunny California, and then heading all the way over here.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, and maybe not so sunny California right now since you brought the rain. Oh
Hey,
man,
here's an interesting topic I wanted to get your opinion on.
sure. What's going on?
Now, we didn't know, and I'm sure you were in the same boat as me. We didn't know who he was. We didn't know why the collaboration was happening. Mattel didn't tell us. It's coming off the heels
Uh-huh.
of Eternia, and now we're looking at these chocolate drop He-Mans.
So,
What do you think about those, man? Because I'll tell you what, I went all in yesterday,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I got a set.
Oh my god,
Um, I traded some magic cards. I grabbed some magic cards.
I
I know
bet you did.
it's a crazy move, but I said it on the live. I said I'd rather swing and
Right,
miss
right.
than not swing and have that have been a home run. So I
Sure.
was talking to Skelevator earlier and today, and I wanted to get your opinions on it. What do you think of the Louis Vuitton inspired chocolate drop He-Man?
I think they are amazing looking for what they are. They're not exactly for me.
Sure.
It's they're a little bit on again. I talk a lot about what I feel is too pricey for me to invest in and what isn't. Um, I think they look great for what they are. Especially think like if you were building a diorama for Origins or something, and you wanted a bronze He-Man on Battle Cat statue, that like that would look
Yeah,
great sitting out
that'd
front of
be cool.
Eternia, kind of building that out like there was this, again, this bronze and looking he but I like what he represents, the way he looks. I appreciate I know the guy has been riddled. The first I ever heard of him was when I heard that he was actually like plagiarizing people because he says all you need to make a new design is to change somebody else's design 3%.
Wow.
And it's true. It's true. And because of that, he's gotten actually quite a few lawsuits about um, plagiarism because he's only changing what somebody else has 3%. But as far as I know, clearly the courts agree with him. So, um, in that
So
respect, I think it's yeah, Virgil.
Virgil was the odd. He had plagiarism against him, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Very
Wow.
early on, because he was taking other designs, but he was changing them up, and people were thinking that he wasn't changing them up enough. But how many times do we hear, you know, covers from different bands and everything else? I mean,
Sure.
sure, a lot of times they get permissions and rights and everything like that, but we get remakes and reboots all the time.
Sure.
Okay. He's just doing his take on what somebody else did, and he's changing it and trying to create something new out of it.
He died, right?
Did he? Did he
Yeah.
actually pass? Oh,
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
He passed away in early 20 or 2021. I don't remember the date exactly, but um, I- I've heard talks about him not being involved with the project at all kinds of different scenarios. And Mattel released a bio
Yeah.
that said before his passing, he actually was on the ground floor level of this project, and he had a vision for it. And he said, "This is the direction I want to go." And unfortunately, he passed due to cancer and other mysterious circumstances. And his team picked up the ball and kind of took it to the end zone with Mattel. And this is
Yeah.
the first part of a two-part. So it's pretty
Oh,
interesting.
that's
What
exciting.
happened? What happened to Virgil? It's pretty interesting. I did a little bit of research a couple nights ago, and that's kind of
Yeah.
changed my mind on the
Well,
whole
yeah.
thing. Because at first I didn't get it, and a lot of people said it was repaints, but this is actually individual molded toned plastic for those colors. So they're not painted; they're actually molded with
Molded
those
in the
colors.
color.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a whole separate figure build and collab. So it's pretty interesting. I had
Yeah.
to try it, and we're just gonna wait and see how it goes.
So actually, what I'm about to do here is I'm about to bring it up. For those of you who might be wondering exactly what we're talking about right now, because again, Eternia has really, really taken over everybody's feeds. But this is what we are talking about here. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen over. Boom.
Oh,
And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and full screen that for the video so everybody can see it. And these are what we're talking about. So as you can see here, it says, it talks about Virgil Abloh's newest canvas is the Motu Revelations universe. So everything here from like the wave one, you see we've got the dark colored, very, very, it looks like dark chocolate.
yeah, yeah. Dark
uh,
chocolate.
He-Man here. And then we have a more of a bronzish looking Battle Cat. And again, that same kind of almost bronze looking Skelegod, and then almost like this more milk chocolate Skeletor.
Yeah, I like
And
to look at them as dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, and caramel.
oh, very nice. Gosh, I'm getting hungry for some candy now.
I know,
But
right?
like I said, if you look at this pose right here, it almost looks like a statue,
Yeah,
of He-Man and how it looks. They are going to be in like these more limited style looking boxes here. Like the packaging's very nice so that you can take it in and out very easily. Uh, and then here, if you look at this, can I blow this up a little bit more?
the individual comics. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
so
And if
cool.
you look, and it's all done in that very monochrome. Let me scroll down here. Monochrome color, but Revelation comic. I mean, this is phenomenal. What a project. And gosh, it looks great. It
It
really
looks,
does
yeah,
look
it's
great.
grown on me. At first, I didn't understand it. And I think I went on camera to say, I love all the art projects. I love all the collabs that Mattel does. Being
Especially on creations.
absolutely, but being so invested into Eternia as a
hmm
as a consumer, I'm already on board. I went live. I bought it on the live the first minute. So I've been invested in Eternia since the first minute. Um, I was not happy. Business cap, business cap. I was not happy with the move that Mattel made to throw a brick in the road while we're traveling upwards and hitting those numbers, hitting that stride.
Yeah.
To throw a brick in the road on something that none of us knew what it was. The only thing I had to say about it was I thought the timing was terrible. I
Yeah.
didn't understand why we just got back in the first week. Now here's this chocolate drop, Louis Vuitton inspired artist collab. I'm like, wait, what? So that was my only thing. Then I did some research on the guy and I said, hey, if this is even a quarter of how big that audience is for him, for
Right.
Virgil, I mean, the guy was iconic. He was, super big, super legend. If the audience that he attracts gets privy to this, again, you saw it on Mattel. They sent it to hip hop artists. They sent it to
hmm
fashion design fashionistas. They sent it to world famous chocolatiers for Cadillac. They sent it to big time names, big time people in that community, which gained acclaim. And we saw Skelegod was the first to roll out and sell out. And I said to myself the night before, I said, if the audience that this guy attracts comes over here and looks at these figures and goes, ooh, those are chic and bougie and swanky, and I got to get one, at that price. And then you see a secondary market go like this.
That's right.
I wanted to be on that ride. I wanted to
Abs-
be there when that happened, not because I wanted to sell it and make profit, but for my collection, I didn't want a hole in my Masterverse. Right now, I have a complete 100% completed Masterverse, and I'm proud of that. I
right.
didn't want a goofy chocolate missing hole. I didn't want to, hey, what I see you got the Masterverse, but where's the chocolate? It's like I had to have them, man. It's my addiction that I needed to like face. And I sold some other cards, magic cards, and I got
Mhm.
it. So again, Mattel is just, they know that I just fold for whatever they put out.
Of course, Google wants to show him candy. He-Man meets Terminator. Blackface. Oh gosh. I'd like to see the comics. Hope somebody scans them. Yeah, it'd be cool. But Ray's right. Like these figures, they're not designed for your average collector, unless you're a completist. If you're a completist, yes, you want these for your collection. These are designed for people who are like sneakerheads.
Yeah,
Okay, like
yeah,
those kind of collectors. Like when they did the Medaski uh Battle Cat and He-Man and
yeah,
Skeletor and stuff like that. Those weren't necessarily for all of us. Although we could appreciate him and appreciate what he did, that wasn't for everybody. I looked at him and I was like, those are really cool. It's not for me.
yeah,
And again, I would like to buy some of these to have like as a statue in a display of a diorama because that'd be great.
yeah,
But overall, for me, this isn't what I collect. This is not me.
yeah.
Um,
And I said that yesterday on the live too before Custom
yeah.
Cats came on. I said, Mattel was very smart with this collab. They
hmm
didn't, and a lot of people were confused by it. And a lot of the majority in the chat that I was seeing, they were doing hard pass. This isn't for me. I don't want it. I don't know what it is. They said they didn't want nothing to do with it. But again, you have to remember that product wasn't aimed at us.
Right. Right.
That product these chocolate drops were aimed towards another community in
That's
order
right.
to be hip and swanky and bougie and pinky
That's
lifter
right.
and
That's right.
like
Well,
you
hey,
said, the sneaker collectors, the ooh
yeah,
la la.
yeah, those are the kind of people that these are aimed at. And
Yeah,
that again, that ties in perfectly with again the overall theme of this video was who are they designing these toys for? So like
right.
with Origins, the Origins toys, as much as you like to think about it, they're not designed for the kid. They're great for kids.
Yeah.
These are designed more for the people who grew up with them,
Yes.
and especially again for the people like me who not only grew up with them but wanted to pass that love and that passion down to my kids.
Yeah.
Connor, he loves playing with this stuff with his dad, and I hope that one day, uh my grandson will be playing
Yeah.
with Connor and I with Motu.
Yeah.
um the CGI, that line is definitely geared more towards the kid market. And yeah, oh man, so the Savage Eternia He-Man there, or is that more the King Grayskull
This
Eternia?
is the Gray Skull. Yeah, this is
Okay.
the deluxe.
The
I know they were in stores, but I had to get mine off Amazon. So
Yeah, yeah, they're pretty tough to find. I actually saw quite a bit new CGI stuff today while I was out too. So
yeah, you really have to wonder like who is Mattel focused on and who are they aiming stuff at? Because, like you said,
us.
the origin stuff is nothing to do, and it's like you said, it's durable, it's great for kids. It falls in its own category there, but they
It's
know
it's not aimed
they
at the
it,
kids.
it's aimed at the adult consumer. That's why all the exclusives are rolled out on Mattel
Hmm.
Creations,
And they
and they're
know we
sold
want them
out within minutes. You know,
unless you're a TV 4 pack.
yeah, unless you're that TV 4 pack. By the way, the 4 pack is still available on MattelCreations.com. Get it today.
If you guys don't believe that, I can prove it.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's seeing it up there is as
I checked it
bad
the other
as
day; it was still up there.
it's as bad as seeing Hasbro's thing still up for the engine of chicken nuggets. Uh, that
Continue
Ghost
to.
Rider car, it's terrible. Every time I see something online HasLab like that, or I see the
Mhm.
4 pack, it equally, it just kind of, it's heartbreaking to see, you know?
Right. All I gotta say, Tina Turner Barbie is sold out, but
Dude, she sold out so fast.
Ghost Rider is still fighting to get backed.
And I was on camera too with another live we were doing. And I said, hey, why don't you give He-Man a break? Go get yourself that Tina Turner doll. It'll probably do better than the HasLab. And here we are, like a couple weeks later, and Tina Turner was gone like a week ago, and HasLab is dipping in numbers. Oh man, it's amazing.
Here it is, guys, just for you. If you haven't picked it up yet, gotta pick it up soon. There's limit 2 per customer, and these things are selling like molasses strips.
I'll
So
tell you what Mattel does to save this project right now, because there ain't no coming out of the swamp on this one.
they
Uh,
gotta drop that price about
they
50
got to drop
bucks.
it like 30 bucks. I think it
Okay.
would move.
30 bucks would probably move
40,
a little bit better.
if they said holiday special, hey, guess what, Mattel? Consumers, this is Mattel speaking. Thank you guys for doing so great on Eternia and backing all the projects, all the exclusive success this year. We're gonna have a fire sale on Mattel Creations. We're gonna drop this 50
Mhm.
bucks. 4 packs for $100, sold out. I
Mhm.
guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
the most of the grumbling that I was hearing was from the consumer base saying if it was 50 bucks cheaper, I would have jumped. At 25 a fig, the
Absolutely.
consumer feels safe because they know that markup alone right there is what we're paying more than we've previously paid for Origins right there alone. But at 35,
37.50
40,
is
40 bucks a fig does not feel good. And people are responding with a
yeah,
resounding no.
that's right. Yeah. If you break down that 150 price tag, divide it by 4,
Yeah.
37.50 a figure
Plus tax
plus tax.
and
Okay.
shipping. You
At
know
the,
what I mean? It all starts
Mhm.
stacking up, and you go, now you're looking at a figure that's over $40.
Yeah. And what what we're looking at there, you know, the most expensive figures that have been available from Mattel Creations in the Origins lineup were like the Princess of Pop Shira
Yeah,
and Sunman.
yeah.
And even those with the nice trifold back, the slip cover and everything like that, those guys,
I have your son man here, monsieur.
that's right. That was $30.
That's a yeah. That's a that I know, right? And
$30. And it's
then
a
you saw the market.
deluxe.
Yeah, and then you saw the market react.
Yeah.
I couldn't get that Sun Man for months. You
No,
know,
no.
just
He was
because of
tough
the
to get.
spike. I not only did I miss it at the drop, but then I couldn't get it for months because the spike was crazy. And then
Right?
at ToonCon, when we went to go see Alan Oppenheimer, I ran into a booth I was rapping with a little while. I bought some stuff
Yeah.
off him. At the end of the day, we did our last run, our last toy run,
Yeah.
and I hit the guy with the right real fast. I said, "Hey, I love your booth. What do you got, Sunman? Hey, I'll give you 40." And the guy was like, "Hey, I'll take it." So
Nice.
I
Nice.
scored a Sunman for 40. Not bad.
You paid what everybody else paid. You just it
I just
that's
had to
pretty
wait.
much how much everybody paid it for shipping anyway. So you're good.
Yeah.
So I was just taking a scroll here through Mattel Creations. If you all have only clicked on the links for Eternia and the Motu Chocolate series, you guys are missing out on some awesome, awesome stuff that they got available throughout the rest of the page. If you guys, well, it looks like they had Manny Faces back up there for a little while, but he is sadly sold out. But if you guys are having trouble finding Terraclaw Skeletor, he is still available on Mattel Creations, $22. So he's available. If like me, you were having trouble finding just the standard 2000X He-Man, he's available on Mattel Creations. If you didn't pick up that Little People set, it's still available. They've also got Barbarian Skeletor and Viking He-Man, both still available. If you guys are into the Mega Constructs, both Snake Mountain and Grayskull, both available right now on Mattel Creations. If you want a Stridor, it's available on Mattel Creations, but go check out Target because I just found another one today for $8.99 on
Oh,
clearance. I actually passed up on picking that one up because I already have two.
you should have you should have grabbed one for the like a giveaway for $8.
That's
Holy
a good
cow.
point. I may
That's
have
a
to try and
great
get.
that's a you know what, honestly, guys, if you don't have a Stridor in your collection, I was blown away at the quality of the new Stridor. It's
Sure.
freaking gorgeous. It's like one of my favorite vehicle releases out of all the new ones so far.
Yeah. So you know what? That's a really good point, and I may need to head out back there tomorrow and go grab that because I think that would be a perfect giveaway to do for this channel. And I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I've 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 talked about it, and I've looked at some stuff to do giveaways with on the channel before. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
If you do
What?
domestic and say like winter pay shipping,
Hmm.
easy, easy.
Yeah.
That's no big deal right there. But checking out, like you said, the snake. What'd you say? 200X Snake Man? No, the
Mm.
200X He Man is up on Mattel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we dug this out of the vault. I was surprised I even had one on card still, but I know he's coming out. Manual released the art. I had the art up on the page for a while as well.
Hmm.
But here is a Snake Man 200X Snake Armor He Man in package.
It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I love how it's that the power sword and it's open, showing that this power sword had different abilities than the original.
Yeah, pretty cool
S-
stuff. So anybody looking or wondering where that's coming from in the Origins line, it is a nod to the 200X, or I call it 200X, 2000. I don't know. Everybody calls it something different. Um,
yeah.
but
Well,
the best
2000X just
cartoon.
comes from, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like I was so excited when they announced that that was coming out because like, that was in 20 years the first new He-Man we had.
Yeah,
And
it's
they
my favorite one.
deepened the lore. Yeah, they
Yeah,
deepened the lore, and they had this continuous story. So it wasn't a whole bunch of single resolution episodes. They were doing a continuous story throughout. And even when it was like single resolution episodes where they introduced Count Marzo or the
yeah,
Giants, they brought them back to continue stories with them again later.
yeah.
And that was
And this
great.
and the way they ended it with the Snake Man ending, it really was something special. I wish we would have gone down a little bit more of the Hordak road. I wish we
They
would
were
have seen
going
more
to.
of that. They were going to, I know, but
Yeah.
we just didn't get there. And so I'm excited to see CGI traverse across that plane. I'm excited for Revolutions. There's a lot of stuff in Revolutions to come that's going to be pretty interesting. Mum is the word over here, but let me tell you, pretty uh, damn interesting.
All right. So I'm
Hey,
scrolling
I
down
know
here.
this guy. Hey, Trouble Guy. Hey, this guy's Trouble right here. Who is this guy right here? Mega J
Hey,
Retro. Who is that? I've never
Jay,
heard of that guy.
jump on. Jump on, Jay. It's in the group chat. What are you doing? Why don't I see you on my little screen down here so I
Now I
can just
got to
throw you
go
in on this?
wide. Now I got to go wide angle because Jay's coming in. I got to go wide.
Right? Right? We got to have everybody up in here.
Come on,
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
Jay's like, oh,
Jump on
all
in
right.
on this. Come on.
Now I got to go upstairs.
I
And,
put it in the group chat. That's it. It's in there. So right now, somebody, where was it? We've got Gamerbud saying Flying Fist He-Man is 8 on Amazon. Uh,
wow,
Corey, could
that's
you do me a favor and check that out and handle that for me?
great.
If you got to message it, it's in the group. It's in the group.
In our group chat on IG, Jay.
Yeah, yeah. Here, I'll put it up again.
Dude, we got bombarded the other night with Flipper Frank coming in and tearing
I
up the
know.
house.
What was going on with that?
I have no idea what's up with that guy.
He
Man,
he totally crashed the party for you
he
guys.
did. Yeah, he totally did, man. I don't know how he got in there either. It's pretty crazy. We had fun though. I'll tell you what. We had fun. Counting down to Modi after midnight. But we got
Modi
him.
after midnight. Yeah.
Yeah, we got him, you know.
Yeah. So just checking out my Instagram here. Jay, I just dropped it in the in our group. If you need, I can send a single invite too. Why not? I'll do it because I'm here. There he is. Let's go ahead and just drop this in on him. Drop it in. God, because yeah, I haven't done a live with Jay in like a week, so it feels like something's missing.
Yeah,
I actually,
definitely.
I was talking earlier about how I streamlined the channel. I've got all the Toy Frenzy episodes with Skelevator and myself in a playlist, and then I've done another shared uh, Ozverse playlist for all my other appearances. Unfortunately, because you do your lives on IG, I can't include those. But that if you guys want to see Ray and I meet for the first time, it was on Mega J's channel. That video is linked in that playlist. As a matter of fact, all the other videos in that playlist are all linked to Mega J's channels. So if you guys aren't tired of seeing me yet, go check those out.
That was a fun night too.
Oh my god, yeah, that was a great night. I got the
Open
watch
open
party.
mic night. Open
Yeah,
mic night. Yeah,
couple of crazy bits happened, but for the most part,
yeah. Oh yeah,
it was
yeah.
fun. Yeah, it
A
was a
couple
lot of
of
fun.
stream bombers came in,
Yep, yep.
and then
Not as fun as
Oz is
Flipper Frank.
yeah, and Oz has also come in and joined a couple of my lives on Instagram, so you guys can check that out as well
That's right.
on the
Go to
IG
Collecting
page.
Classics. That's right.
Right.
Collecting Classics on IG. You can see any of my streams with Ray on there, as well as you can see all of his great lives. He does a lot of them. So
A lot of news lately, though. As a He-Man collector, now is the time, and it's super fun to be
yeah,
having to deal with all this news and all this breaking news and figures and this whole just storm of stuff because we just simply haven't had it. So having a group and a community, as everybody here on the show and everybody in the chat, it's really amazing, and I think that's what helps propel us in the direction that we're going and how we're putting out this content. Because honestly, if I didn't have the people in the chat or the people following the page or guys like Oz, I probably wouldn't be doing it. So shout out to Oz and shout out to Mega J wherever he's at.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised he hasn't jumped on yet. He might be tired from having done 50 billion videos this week.
Yeah, I think he got 2 hours of sleep in the last month.
Yeah. Well, with all the new Motu news and as well as other toy news, because Hasbro's been going crazy with PulseCon and everything else. Then
Yep.
we had New York City Comic Con with a couple announcements there. I mean, it's been a crazy time. I mean, convention
And
season's always crazy for stuff like
yeah,
that.
and Jay's doing Transformers and he's keeping up with the the Power Rangers, Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
I don't think
absolutely.
he does Ninja Turtles as much, but Transformers, Thundercats, Silverhawks,
Yeah,
Motu.
exactly. He covers just about everything. And
Yeah,
what he
Jay's all
doesn't
over it.
cover, you can find definitely between Geek Dad Life, Mad Hatter reviews, and Toy Anxiety. I mean, really between those four channels, anything you could ever want is covered in toy news, and it's great. Okay, so Game Bud saying he sent the link for that super cheap Flying Fist He-Man. Of course, my mouse doesn't want to work now. Come on, I've got the dual screen set up because it makes this so much easier.
And that's a great price for that He-Man because again, guys, when that He-Man came out, it counts as a deluxe. So that price tag was at like $22. So for $8, I mean, it's a no-brainer, That's a regular figure price. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, even lower than regular figure price because I think regular figures are like 11, maybe 13.
Oh, what for normal origins?
It's just a
Seventeen
normal
ninety nine.
organs. Yeah. Oh wow,
Seventeen
out
ninety
there.
nine on retail.
Wow, that's
Started at
crazy.
14.99, and now we're here.
That sounds like a Drake. That sounds like a Drake song gone bad.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely is. Well, I guess Jay is not going to be joining us tonight. I was
I
hoping
think
he would jump in.
just let us know in the chat if he's coming in, Jay. Are you coming in?
Yeah, hopefully I'll see him. He might be getting himself ready.
It's too big of a link. I sent to you on Instagram Live. Okay, come on. Come on. I know you want up
Yeah,
here. Come on.
I'm still waiting for the. It's not popping up on the IG there, Gamer Bud. I don't know. It might just be taking a minute. But I was going to go ahead and send that over to Court because that is a huge steal. Huge steal.
Yeah, the just the climate that we're in as Motu collectors, um, it's amazing. It's such a time to be a collector. It's such a time to be a part of the community. Um, Fun stuff coming out all over the place. Trying to do as much collabs as we can with creators and different toy designers, toy makers. You did some with some stop animation guys. You did a few with some other content creators. I mean, just what a time
Yeah.
to be doing this, right? Isn't it great?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And sorry, I'm looking down at my phone. I'm looking at my IG on my computer here, trying to find it. Yeah, Gamer Bud, it's not popping up. It's not popping up in that exclusive. If you are a Patreon of Skelevator's channel, you get into the exclusive chat with Gamer Bud, Skelevator, and myself. I'm not seeing it in that, and I'm not seeing it in a solo message either. And I'm not sure why, because it's not like we haven't chatted before on IG. And for some reason, it is just not coming through. So I don't know that I'll be able to get that. Well, as soon as I get the link in my chat, I'll be posting it up.
Let me see that pig
Cause
head. Did you open pig head?
yeah, totally open to Pighead, dude.
Man, I
Well,
got mine sealed still. I gotta open mine, man. I think I know Holly Popper said that when Eternia gets here, we're having an opening party, and she wants to open all of my origins. And I said, I might be single after that. I don't know.
that's great. That's great. All right, Gamer Bud, it finally came through. I finally got it. All
She's got
right,
a
here we
spiky
go.
ball on a chain. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's like a little flail or a mace.
A mace? Yeah.
Yep.
Woof. Dude, he's
Yeah.
bad.
So he's got that going. He's got, of course, those twisted tusks, and I love like the turquoise with the pink.
I know,
Now
right?
you
Isn't
have
that
the three
outrageous?
pack, so you've got
Yeah.
that more metallic looking one. This is
Let's
just the
see.
standard.
I
Now,
don't
one
even
thing
know where
that I
my three
like,
pack is.
see, you wouldn't even see this while it's in the package, but look, so from the front, he's got like those standard Motu boots, right? Fur at the top with
Sure.
the wraps.
Yeah.
What's that on the back? He's got like these little spikes. Look at
Wow,
that.
really?
Yeah, so
So
like
he's got
they
his
added some
own
stuff.
boot design.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, definitely. I'm
insane.
wondering who else they're going to utilize that for, because if they're making it, they're going to use it on others.
It's because I've never opened mine and I've never seen backside pictures of Pac-Man. I never knew. This is the first time I'm seeing that, which is really cool.
I don't think anybody's mentioned it. I don't remember hearing a single review where they talk about
I've never
these
seen it.
spikes. Oh wait,
I've never
oh
seen
wait,
it.
we have boom. And you know what? I see Bobby. I see Bobby coming into the chat now. Bobby, let me know if you want to jump on too, buddy. I got a link for you too.
Hey,
Jay,
Jay, I'm gonna get there one day, brother. I'm gonna get there one day.
I'll be growing mine out too some more. Getting that back out a little bit more.
Boys, let me remind you. You gotta tell me what time these things start. Because like if you're gonna ask me to come on board and do some a time, like I'm looking through I'm like, where's the time for this thing? And then like, what, I'm gonna check and see if this going on. And then I thought Elevator was doing something, but it ends up, Oz, come on.
I was thrown
Hey,
in the
hey.
shotgun too, Jay. I was thrown in the shotgun too.
It was just a spur of the moment thing. I was
That's
actually
fine, but
wrapping.
again, say, hey guys, I'm going on at 11 o'clock. Like I was like, what's going on here? I was like,
I
is
was
it on now?
actually.
Is it tomorrow? Because you can send out an invite link at any time. But what's going on, kids? How's it going? Everybody okay?
It's going great, man. Yeah, doing great. I had
Awesome.
a great toy hunt over the last 2 weeks. Did a little
I'm
opening
excited.
party.
I'm excited. This is the first time to be on Ostradamus Toys. I've never been on this channel, so it's a
You were
great
on here
opportunity.
one night.
Was I here one night? Is that it was? I thought that was so. That wasn't Skelevator's channel. This was, but you weren't called Ostradamus at the time. You were called something completely different.
Probably, yeah. It was the first big live panel that we did, where it was that first Eternia
The
live.
group, yeah, the group,
So
the big group.
a big group panel that was on my channel just to drive some extra traffic here, get people to check it out. But the secondary one, that one was done on Skelevator's channel. So the other big panel we did for Eternia was on there. So yeah, I just opened up all these guys tonight. It was my pickups from the last 2 weeks. So I did some stuff with that. So offered Bobby to come on, as again, he is the new 1/3 of the Toy Frenzy co-host channel here. He's sick.
Ready.
He's not ready.
Ooh.
Totally understand, man. I hope you feel better. And Corey says we should see his beard. He has got an epic beard. Get Bobby on, and it's the 4 horsemen of Motu collectors. We got to be careful with that term. Who knows? We might get thrown off the air. Yeah, 4 horsemen collectibles will kick us out. So I've got some exciting news about 4 horsemen collectibles coming up soon for a later date. That's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, so I mean, it's been a great week. A lot of good picks this week. Jay, if you guys haven't checked out Jay's channel, he had a killing this week when it came to some pickups. Some 6 cents Motu Castle Grayskull goodness. Talk getting steals here and there. Jay, you killed me.
Brother, it's one of those things. You go hunting enough, and you hear rumors, right? I mean, like the week prior, everything was on clearance for about $30, and that's huge, right? Like here in Canada, they're about $100 a castle. So I already have, I bought them. If you guys look back in my videos, I bought. I found the castles right away. And everybody down south,
Sure.
they're like, "What the hell? How did you find it?" And we got lucky up here. Like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what was going on at the time. We were getting stuff earlier, and I got 3 of them. They were still in their packaging, their boxes, and did
Wow.
hunts for a couple of buddies, and then this past hunt, they were on sale for $30 a week, like the week prior to that, or like a few for a month or two. And I figured, I could always use an extra castle. So I ran up. You have no idea how long it took me to find those. I mean, it was actually like four different Walmarts I'd hit up, and they were all
Sure.
dry. Like everything was dry. I showed at the beginning of the video. I hit up one, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm not going to keep showing failures, right? I'm not going to keep showing that I can't find anything." So I just cut that and went right to the chase, and then that one hunt, I was like, looking around, I'm like, okay, this is supposed to be $30. It's not listed. Make sure that, guys, and at the end of the day, this is what I always say: scan everything. Scan everything. If you
Right.
if you don't scan everything, you're never gonna know. So, guys, always scan everything, right? And you
That's
know what?
right.
I scanned it, and it came up. And when I saw it, I was like, what the hell? I was shocked. I was actually in shock for a while. Like I was literally like, this can't be right. This is not right. So I scanned it again, and then I was like, I don't know if you guys noticed on the video. I was like, all right, I don't know, I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna try.
Right.
And,
Right.
I was starting to pour sweat. Okay, it was like I felt like I felt like Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid. I was like, trying to all the way to the
Right.
front,
Right.
and try not to get caught. Right. Oh, by the way, another tip: if you ever find a clearance item for that low, do not go to the cash register with the cashier.
That's
She will
right.
stop you right there. She will not.
Yeah.
She will not. She'll like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh
this
yeah.
is an error. We can't sell this to you. That will happen. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Right. And what I
I
didn't show was my exchange with the manager, because they stopped me at the door, eh? The
yeah, because you're
I,
buying
I
those 3 things.
I don't know if it's been a recent thing, but I guess this particular Walmart, they were checking bags at the door, and of course I got these
Mhm.
3 freaking gigantic castles. So she saw me, so like, hey, hold on, let me take a look, and she took a look, and she's like, what the hell? No, this is wrong. You can't do that. I'm like, what do you mean? I just bought these things. So she made me go back to the manager, and the manager was very nice. She looked at me, she smiled, and she was like, you're so lucky you got to the cash register. I'm like, I don't know. I bought it. And she's like,
Yeah.
normally we cancel this, and you'd have to take these back, but
They have to zero it out, and it
you
goes.
made it. Yeah, you
Right.
made it.
Wow.
So
Well, I mean, one of the big things here with this is because actually around us is common practice that if you're coming up to the door and your item is not in a bag, they'll check your receipt every time. Doesn't matter how
there's
big
no
or how
bag that
small
you
it
can
is.
fit 3 Grey Skulls in.
Right. So you're coming up with a shopping cart.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just too comical to picture you holding 3 Castle Gray Skulls
Oh,
walking up to
I can do it.
Y-
But that would be they'd
No,
stop
yeah,
me
you
anyway.
definitely could.
They would stop me.
They would. They would stop you. You just wouldn't see who was trying to stop you as you bowl over them because you can't see
I
around
mean,
these
you ever see those videos of the guys just bolting out the door?
Right.
You ever see that? That's freaking ridiculous. Oh my god.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, they'll stop you and they'll check your receipt. And of course, like they're looking at it and they must think, well, something's wrong here. It's like, look, there's nothing wrong. It says what the SKU is and it's showing what that price is. This
Like
is your
I don't
guy's
know.
fault,
I
not
can't
mine.
remember. I can't remember if I showed the receipt or not, but you can see clearly on the receipt it says 2 cents, right?
Right.
And
But again, whose fault is that? That's not yours.
well,
You could clearly see on the security camera this bearded fellow covered in castles was making his way out of the store before he was tackled by security.
For sure.
again, it's just one of those funny things. Right?
Excuse me.
So I didn't.
Yeah.
But here's let me remind everybody, okay? And this is something I want everybody to remember. Please don't fight. Right? If you get stopped at the door, just go back, talk to the manager, be nice about it. And unfortunately, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. You know what I mean? Sometimes
right.
they'll tell you, sorry, we got to take this back. And
So-
don't argue. Like it's not cool. They're not going to help you after that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be
Oh, yeah.
really Like every time they see you, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be that Bart Simpson moment. It's like, I told you not to come in the store. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
so you don't
You
want to
got
do
to be
that,
polite.
right?
Be
Now
courteous.
yeah, but this Walmart is like 3 cities away from me, but
Wow.
because I do a lot of hunting, right? But
Yeah.
um, I still didn't want to. You don't want to argue with the manager. Like you don't want to
No,
argue with the
there's no
staff.
point to it.
No,
You know,
no.
you're
Be nice to them, they'll be nice to you. Like
that's
I've
right.
been really cool with some staff, and they've gone to the back and fished out stuff that's not even on the floor, right? So I
Bobby's
got
just reaching out to say hi, everybody. I mean, he totally said, what stinks in here. So I mean, I guess that's high. That's kind of high, but yeah, he's saying hey to everybody out. Bobby, we're glad to have you here, even if you're not on the stream with us. It's always good to have you in the chat, brother. Glad to see you. Yeah, I've been going on. This is like 3 hours now at this point. This is my longest stream yet, but
Yeah.
it's one of those things where the show just keeps getting better as time goes on right now. Because like we were doing the opening up earlier, then Ray jumped on and we're talking, and now Jay's here and we're talking. Um, but yeah, I had a similar story, Jay. Unfortunately, it wasn't as epic with toys, but there were some HDMI cables. So we had a bad HDMI cable here, and we needed to get a new one. I looked up online, said Target had some HDMI cables for $2, and I was like, that's ridiculously low. Most of the time, like maybe $5 or $8 minimum, never like $2. So ended up going checking out. So sure enough, the shelf tag at the store said that they were $8.99. But for that same exact SKU, same exact product, I had the online price for like two something. And I looked and it said available in store at this price, wasn't online only. Not to mention, Target does price match with their online price. So if for any reason the price is different in store than what it is online, they will match their online price just to get the business. So I went over and asked a lady who was standing in the aisle. I thought she was working in the section. She was apparently a cashier on her break. So she said, as soon as I walked up asking about price matching, she said they'll price match it at the register up at the front for you. I was like, oh, okay. I go up to the front and I'm waiting. She didn't even want to look at what I had. Nothing. Didn't care. I go up to the front and I'm waiting in a line. Well, lo and behold, here comes this lady now off of her break coming back on to register. So I go right over to her line, first customer. She's ringing me up. It scans for $8.99. I show her the online price for $2.89 and she says, "There's no way that's the price. Somebody must have made a mistake online." And then she was going through and she was looking and tried to everything she could to not have me pay that 289 price for each of these HDMI cords. I went in there with $10 with the intention of getting one, was going to get two, and it looked like I was going to have to go back to that 8.99 price, but after she couldn't argue it anymore, she just gave it to me because she was also the one that told me they price match right up at the register for you. So I won that battle. But it's not often you get that lucky.
Right.
So Jay, kudos to you on 6 cents for 3 Castle Gray Skulls, because with the prices in Canada right now, man, you've made out
Yeah.
like a bandit. So sell those off, and then you can go do some toy hunting for some other stuff.
uh, yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's just one of those things, right? Um, I was planning to give these away, honestly, but
Sign me up. I want another one.
I got you. Like, but I'll be straight with everybody. I can't. They're so big. I don't know how to get them to people. That's the problem. Like whatever I saved, like, okay, I'll be honest with you. Whatever I saved on the castle, it's gonna cost about that much
Cost you
to
in
ship it out.
shipping.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Unless you do a giveaway and the person that wins pays for
Pays the
shipping.
shipping.
no, I
which
get that,
is-
but that sucks. Why would I do that? That's
It
terrible.
does, but again, for some people that may not have a Castle Grayskull, this might be a good way for them. But
Yeah, no, I
maybe
get that.
limit it to Canada only or something like
I
that,
don't know.
somewhere along those lines.
It all
You'll
depends,
figure out some
right?
way.
So I mean,
Haven't you learned anything, Jay? Throw on some sunglasses, charge the fucking market 300%, and be done with it. I mean, what would Frank have to say about this? This is crazy.
Well. Oh goodness.
no.
Yeah.
I like that steady, calm. No.
I don't think so.
But no,
As
it's
much as
it's
that sounds like a fun idea, no.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I will not.
I've
I will
I've
not partake.
definitely been looking out for them because I want another one. I've got my one, and I want another one because I want to do some custom with it. And not that I'm afraid to do custom work on my one, but I only have my one. So if
Right.
I mess up and it looks,
I'm in
if
the
it,
same boat.
yeah, it's like I want to do some custom, but I'll figure something out myself, of course. Um, but Jay, brother, I do have something that I'll be shipping up to you relatively. I got something I'm shipping up to like all my partners right now. I showed you last week. I took a picture and showed it to you. I got that coming up, as well as I might pack in some extra goodies if I got any left around, just to get that out to you.
Okay,
Because
well,
of course,
thank you, Oz. I mean, like, as always, it's not necessary. I appreciate it, but I do appreciate
no,
it.
no,
I mean, like,
we all help
um,
each other out.
yeah,
And
of
the
course.
one I'm talking about was an item that you were looking for, and hey, I
Yeah,
picked it
yeah,
up,
yeah.
and
Okay,
it's coming up to you.
absolutely.
So,
Just let me know how much it is, and I'll definitely send you the money.
oh, you don't have to worry about that.
Don't be like that.
It's all good.
But, okay. Well, anyway, we'll figure it out. But thank you, Oz. Really appreciate
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got stuff going out to everybody. Now that I'm working and I can afford to ship things out to people, it'll be a lot easier.
Hey, have you guys? Am I the only one still in the group with the CGI Grayskull? Have you guys
Yeah, I
found
think
that in the
so. I
wild?
haven't picked it.
it.
Have you
Haven't
guys
seen it.
seen the CGI Grayskull?
I thought they were only available on Amazon. Did you find it in the wild? Right?
I did, but
Where'd you find it?
Well,
geez, I
Ray
couldn't
knows a
believe
guy.
how. Yeah, I couldn't believe how heavy the box was. Again,
Yeah,
twelve
we were
point
talking
nine
about
seven pounds for a castle. Where Jay, you just picked up three. Castle Grayskulls are kind of light. They're not terribly heavy, but 12.97 pounds for the CGI castle. Pretty impressive. That's the thing that's blowing me away. I'm looking at it right now.
it. Really?
Absolutely.
It's got lights. It's got sounds. It's got a drawbridge that falls. It's got uh, little capsules that fly around. You could take off and shoot missiles with. It's got a little dungeon. It's got all. I mean, it's mind blowing. I'm surprised you guys haven't seen it yet. But if you do, go get yourself one. That's a pretty outrageous castle.
Oh, I will be. You better believe it. It's on the list, but there's a
I,
long
I'm
list of
definitely
these
gonna get one
coming.
too. But I just
We got a lot going on right
well,
now.
Eternia killed me,
So
and I
much.
know
Oh, yeah.
I gotta plan for Battle Cat. So
And they pulled the same as from you as they did me. They didn't even wait that fine print of the campaign ending, and then they pulled. Now that we're back, we've backed the project. That's the campaign that we were talking about, and yeah, same for me here.
Just
Not
rough.
only did they pull the same week Eternia, but I had to go on in that chocolate drop, so they pulled that too, and we're talking $900.
yeah, it's rough, but it wouldn't have hurt so much if I could have done a payment plan. There are multiple reasons why I couldn't, but I'm glad for everybody who was able to do a payment plan. I'm really happy for everybody who did.
Yeah.
I wish they offered it earlier.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, right? But here's something though, Ray, and I heard, I don't know if this is true, but apparently anybody who bought it and bought it early, apparently you can call up Mattel Creations and they will make arrangements for you. But my fear is now that the time limit for Grayskull has passed, that you might lose Grayskull if you do a reset, right? So
Hmm.
I'm not willing to risk it. Like that's the
Yeah.
biggest problem, because I was reading online from several different boards that if you missed out on the early on the payment plan, pretty much you only had that day, right, to get it if you wanted to be absolutely sure, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't trust. I hate to say it. I apologize about this, but I don't trust that the person on the other line of the phone really knows what's going to happen. I mean, they'll tell you what you want to hear, but
It's a call center. Yeah.
Hmm.
it would suck if you are
Yeah.
waiting a year and a half and all of a sudden you don't get your Grayskull. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? That would really, really suck. And I don't.
Because you chose to take a payment option, right?
Yeah. Just because
Yeah.
because you waited until the next day or a week later, right? And
Sure.
you think you have it in the bag. Yeah, you want to save some money, whatever, right? Um, yeah, and it goes south, right? That would be really unfortunate
Sure.
in my opinion. That would really suck.
No, and I totally get what you're saying. as far as like trying to change it up and switch your payment method, because I'm not sure how that goes through their system there. But again, working in GameStop for so long and doing pre-orders, you would get a collector's edition out announced like day one or whatever, right? It's available for pre-order for like a week and a half, and then they shut it off. You come in the next day, you want to pre-order it, you can't. Now, say somebody came to my store and they had pre-ordered, right? That collector's edition. That copy of their collector's edition is coming to my store. They, although there is a quantity for that item, if they went to another store, they after that date, they couldn't transfer that over there. Like say
Right.
they came to my store and they canceled it
Yeah.
and then went to that other store to pre-order it, even though we know that that number is going to exist because it was pre-ordered, it's coming to my store, they can't re-pre-order it at another location. They
Right.
basically have to keep that pre-order at my location
Yep.
until that product comes out.
Yep.
And if, even if they canceled it, went to that other store, and then came back and wanted to pre-order it again at my store, even though again that quantity is getting shipped to my store,
They
they couldn't do it.
canceled.
I wouldn't be able to do it. Now, me being the awesome store manager that I was in situations where that may have happened, which most of the time I warn people ahead of time, no, we cannot do that, or I would not suggest doing this because you won't be able to pre-order this item. But in those cases, there were a lot of times where I worked out with people, hey, look, be here the night of the midnight. I will make sure you get your copy, even though it's no longer pre-ordered under you. Just be here with the money that night. We're going to get you your copy. And in some cases, when I got that copy in or whatever like that, I would even ship it to another store. If the person was not able to get to my store that night, I would ship it to the store closer to them. But
Yeah, but
that's because I made
not everybody's got an Oz to deal with, not
no,
everybody's got the fabulous Oz to deal with. So what Jay's referring to is like the scare and the reality of dealing with the call center, switching your dates, because now you've changed the date on how your payment plan is set up. Now you've missed out on that first week window for
yeah,
Grayskull, because now you've realigned your dates and how your payment option is. That's a really
right.
shifty move, and it kind of locks us first weekers right into position to
I
really
agree.
not move and take that offer, because
Yeah,
he's right. If you would have gotten your Eternia a year and a half later after you initially paid the 550 plus surcharges or whatever Canada's was, then you went and decided to call Mattel, make payment plan options, and then they changed that date. That would be a heartbreak, because who knows? Again, not collecting for value here, but I have to be
yeah.
aware of that market. That King Grayskull, I would not want to be facing down the barrel of a secondhand market once that comes out.
No, I agree. He's going to be quite possibly the
Like
rarest figure
200
in the line.
bucks, 250 maybe. He's going to be up
Mhm.
there, pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, again, not as Ray said, not really collecting for value, but it's just I am kind of concerned that perhaps this might be the only way to get Grayskull. Which I doubt. I doubt that very much. I'm pretty sure they're
We'll
going to
see.
release a mainline Grayskull at some
Yeah.
point, right?
Yeah, I
But
mean, of course, with certain changes, more likely, no
Yeah.
soft goods cape,
Yeah.
uh, that kind of stuff. You're right, Jay. We may see one hit the main line, but
Yeah.
as it stands right now, this is the only confirmed way we know we're
Right.
going to get King
so far,
Grayskull.
so far, yeah.
And I went on one of my lives earlier in the week, and I kind of barked about it, and I said, "Hey, if you guys think that this is the last chance that we're going to get for Grayskull, I don't believe that, because again, we're dealing with the innovators, the creators of the repaint, right? It's very easy for them to blast King Grayskull with the silver gauntlets. Maybe, like you said, no soft goods, just a plastic cape. They could bring that cost down. They already have the molds and figures ready. They could offer that as an exclusive. And again, it separates the character design. Again, look at here. Here's a prime example. We have King Grayskull He-Man here. We have He-Man with the yellow tattoos, the
Yeah,
electric. There we
from
got
the 2-pack.
we got the standard He-Man. Again, Mattel is so infamous for doing this. We got the yellow He-Man.
Yep.
We got biker mice from Mars He-Man.
Yeah.
They have the ability to make the same figure over and over and over with little subtle differences. So having that gray skull option is definitely a plus. And I think it would be smart with the critically acclaimed popularity wave of Modi for them to offer Modi to the general population of non-Eternia consumers. I think that'd be a smart move. But again, they don't pay me the big bucks for this stuff because I'd be giving it all away.
Have you guys seen the that photoshopped Moat 2 figure?
No.
Uh-uh.
Can you bring it up?
Yeah, give me a sec here. Oh my god. This is hilarious. I found this on Reddit today. People were asking, is this real? Is this gonna be real? But we know how easy it is to throw something up together. All right, let me get into Reddit here and I'm gonna bring this guy up. This is hilarious.
Pardon me.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Of course, because I'm not signed in on my computer to it, only on my phone. I got to go ahead and
To think, it was not that long ago that we were downloading songs from Napster that took 12 hours long, and now here we are video chatting and scrolling through all of our different pages, and it's crazy.
You're making me feel young, brother. If you want to talk about like going back and downloading, how about BBS? BBS boards, man. Like that's what I remember. I remember taking 3 hours to download one picture, like a 72K file. 3 hours. Okay.
Come on now. I remember paying by the minute for the internet, period.
No, you remember when somebody would pick up the phone and kick you off?
Every time.
That was my mom.
That was the best.
Like, wait, get off the phone. I'd be like, Mom, no, you just broke the connection. I was downloading.
Oh,
now you got to start all over again. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Here it is. I found it. All right, I'm gonna blow it up, and we're gonna do share screen here. So this is actually, it was originally from Twitter, and Mattel responded to the tweet, and that's what this is a picture of, guys. This is great. So here we go. All right, I'm gonna full screen this here.
That's cool.
Now let me go over here and grab this, and that's that Control Plus function that Jay taught me about.
I did not see this.
Okay, so it's clearly somebody took Frogmonger.
Yeah.
It's the Frogmonger buck, and they changed up the paint on it, which is really neat because whatever color adjustment they did, it really brings out the highlights where you can see the differences in the paint app that weren't as clear on the actual Frogmonger. And then they added Modi's open mouth head to the top, but you can still see the collar from Frogmonger. And this thing looks great. I hope we eventually get to see this in the line, or at least if somebody actually makes up this cool custom. And again, here we go. Mattel responding to this themselves.
Yep.
What did they say? I can't see it. What did they say?
It's just clapping.
Oh
yeah,
no!
Yeah. Just the hands clapping.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's as you would say. That's awesome,
isn't it?
The original poster screwed up. It should say Modi.
Okay.
It should say Moti,
right.
the Moat Monster.
Right. But I saw this earlier. Actually, Duchess of Darkness had seen it and asked me about it, and I was like, "What?" And then I went to go look. That was what it was.
I was just joking about that. Yeah, Motu sounds like a really cool character. That's awesome.
I'd be down for it.
Yeah,
they could have called
if
it
anything,
the
like you. If anything, like you said, it's a fun custom.
Yeah, I'm hoping they really adopt the fan name. I'm really hoping that they end up doing something like that, because he really has gotten have a life of his own. I'm hoping that will resonate eventually, because honestly he's He's larger than life right now. He's larger than life.
He's huge.
Yeah, he definitely he's the biggest part of the play set, and that's including that central tower. So just catching up with the chat here, we got a lot going on. I was lucky getting my second castle. That's right, gamer bud. Got that messed up sorceress. They sent you a whole new castle for it. Nolan saying he didn't see any of the castles by him. Thanos Copter, he was talking about, he picked one up talking about the CGI castle. And then Thanos Copter talking about some issues working at Game Crazy. Yeah, I've heard they weren't exactly the best in the gaming store world. They still got Game Crazies out by you, Thanos Copter? We never really considered them any competition to GameStop, but they were a pretty cool chain that I know a couple of my friends out towards the Midwest went to. And Vintage Motu says Modi won't be available, not with Eternia, won't happen. Not that Modi, anyway. But Napster, then Kazaa, and LimeWire. Don't forget one of my personal favorites, as I call myself the Bear Share. And Nolan saying, the good old days. Thanos Copter following up. Now they're all dead these days. It was only in Hollywood Video. Okay. Well, yeah, and Hollywood Video themselves.
Damn, that's
are
taking me
long
back
gone.
too. Yeah, wow, Hollywood Video is something I haven't heard about in years. Oh my god.
Yeah, the big national chain challenger to Blockbuster,
Yeah.
which is funny. Jay is actually closer to the last Blockbuster than both you or myself, right?
Where is it?
Alaska.
Is it really in Alaska? Is it
Yep.
really in Alaska?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. Whereabouts are you, us again?
Oh, I'm south of you by several hours on the East Coast of Maryland.
You're in Maryland.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Right
And of
smack
course,
dab in the middle of the East Coast.
got you. And raise over by California. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh, and tell me this, Ray. How close are you to El Segundo, California by Mattel?
I'm about 45 minutes to an hour out.
Tent sale through December. Get out there and go see what they got in that tent. They're talking that snake play set that I got behind me on the shelf. $14.99 through December. I've just started seeing some. They've got pallets and pallets of Motu
Yeah,
stuff.
I saw that. Yeah.
Super cheap. And
Yeah,
it's
I
in
did see
El
that.
Segundo.
Hmm.
I was going to mention it to Skelevator earlier, but I was so excited about opening my toys, I forgot to.
And it's almost like a full week long. It's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like it's got like a huge opening. It starts at 11, ends at 5. I remember as a kid going to Mattel, doing the same kind of thing back in the day.
Right.
My grandfather was a security guard there, and so we would go and you'd walk in, and they had like the old KB toy store kind of racks, these long aisles, right? And I just remember as a kid, the most fondest thing, Street Sharks were out then, okay? So Street Sharks were out, and then there was just like 4 to 5 aisles just dedicated to blue carded Hot Wheels. And it was just rows and rows of Hot Wheels. Oh man, it's such a fun time.
Vin Diesel really loved them Street Sharks.
Did you see that video? Did you see that video?
I saw that ages ago, that video, because it was like right around the time everybody started seeing the breakdancing video of him, that instructional breakdance video when he had like the fro hair in that. And then like somebody found this Street Sharks, like
it's bad. It's bad.
What that is, it wasn't like a commercial for on TV. Those are the kind of pitch ads that they show at like toy fairs and stuff like that when they're selling these toys to retailers to pick up the line. So that was never meant for public view.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was just a news report, showing some of the cool stuff, and it was never really supposed to get out. But
yeah, it was.
that breakdancing video was on a local TV station, so he has no excuse for that.
Oh, Oz, are you talking about this thing?
Yeah, for like $14.99.
Yeah. I saw thinking that like boxes of them, tons of them.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. It almost makes me wish I was out in California.
With California gas prices, that hour drive is like $60
Ah,
alone. It's
yeah,
crazy.
you would end up spending it all on the gas to get. Well, I don't know. It depends
Yeah.
on what else you could pick up while you're there.
I would get all those minis if I could.
Oh
I
God,
do
yeah,
like
the
the
boxes and
minis.
boxes of the minis.
Yeah, I like the
That's
minis. Those are kind of
crazy.
cool.
Yeah, for
Jay, are
sure.
you into the minis? Do you do the minis, Jay?
So I still have it.
I saw you had one,
when,
right? The
when I
Snake
was
Mountain one.
when I was doing when Origins was first out and they did the minis for the Origins line. I was hell bent on collecting all the minis at that point.
Mhm.
And they were all in blind. I don't even remember that they were in blind castles and
Yeah,
blind Snake Mountains.
Snake Mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And with the help of some friends, I was able to actually grab a whole set. Now it's buried back there.
Yeah, no
of
worries.
course, because so much more Origins and everything else has come out. It
Yeah,
gets buried.
it's buried back there. I'd like to
Yeah.
show it because what happens is the employees would let us actually take the box, so I have the boxes too. The little Castle Grayskull on the other. Good night, Vintage
Sure.
Motu.
Have a good night, Bobby. Get some rest, buddy. Feel better.
Yeah, man, take it easy.
Yeah, it's that time of season now, right? And people
And
gotta take care of
Andy just got back from Disneyland, so no shade, but yeah, got to watch out for that Disneyland. All the anti-Eternia minis.
Yeah.
The mini Grayskull. Oh yeah, I love that first wave. You could kind of bath together your own Castle Grayskull. That was killer.
And Hillian Dread mentioned the fact he uses his CGI Snake Attack playset as King Hiss's throne. I agree.
Nice.
I agree.
Very nice.
Everybody said, showing some love for Bobby again. 1/3 of the co-hosts of Toy Frenzy now. He's come on as official, not just a guest star anymore. He's a part of the team. So when it comes to minis, I've got these minis.
Oh, the super minis, yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
God, I love these. They go with the little accessory bag with all the stuff in it. It's so cool. Of course, they have no articulation in the legs whatsoever.
Yeah.
But they are a lot of fun. So I got those and like those dollar store minis that came out back when
Yep.
Origins was first hitting. So that's great.
I bought like
really,
20.
really great.
I bought like 20 of them. I don't know. Oh, here's the box. Here, check this out. So one of my favorite episodes in He-Man is here a Skeletor, there a Skeletor, everywhere a Skeletor.
Right.
And it's the episode where he made a duplicating machine and he made a bunch of himself. So I literally have a box. Every time I would go to the Dollar Tree, I picked up a Skeletor, and I have like 20, 30 of them for photo shoots whenever I do an ode to that episode. That's my favorite episode.
Well, it's funny. Santa Claus had picked up a bunch of those and put them in my son's stocking last year for Christmas. So we got all the single carded ones from that were at the dollar store. And then just when Skelevator was sending me a care package a little bit earlier with my Grizzlor, he sent in the big box set, which I thought is cool because this one I leave sealed. And then I've got the other ones already open. Yeah. I'd seen it in store.
I've seen that one. It's pretty cool.
I was like, wow. And Alien Dread said, I just got over being sick in the past week. Cough is still lingering, but other than that, feel good. Didn't have COVID. Just think it may have been the flu. Yeah, man.
Is it just me? Am I wrong for wanting to mix that new Serpentor with my Motu Snake Man? You know, the Serpentor with that Cobra vehicle, and oh man, I think that is such a cool Snake Man.
I want his Cobra to go with my King Hiss.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. I think it's awesome.
In the car and
well, Oz, hey, I just want to say, hey guys, I appreciate being here. I gotta get I got some priorities I gotta take care of. I really appreciate allowing me to come on and hang with you guys for a bit.
Yeah, of course.
Oz, it's always great hanging out and chatting with you. And Jay, always a pleasure, my friend. And we will see you guys soon. Thanks again. Take care.
All
Take
right.
it easy, Ray.
Take care,
Thanks.
Ray. See ya.
I'm probably
All
gonna
right.
end up. I'm probably gonna end up jetting a little bit too. If you
That's
again,
fine, man.
when you send me an invite, definitely give me the time because I really would make it a lot easier. But I did want to share these
Sure.
because you share. You're sharing. I want everybody sharing. So yeah, I picked up a bunch of these as well, right? And they were on
Oh
clearance
yeah.
at my local Toys R Us. So this one, of course, is my favorite right here, right?
Yeah.
The Battle Cat. I'm
Oh,
I'm looking. I'm certain now. Now I'm on the hunt for the Castle Grayskull because I know it's out there.
right.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be my Grail hunt because I need a. And I think somewhere out there somebody said that there's a Snake Mountain too, but it's part of like a six figure set or something like that. So yeah, and
Okay.
Panther as well.
Yeah, Panther is exclusive to a 4-pack. It's He-Man, Battle Cat, Skeletor, and Panther. It's a 4-pack of just them, and that's exclusive. And yeah, the Tila's awesome. Um, I'm actually trying to find the Tila food truck Matchbox car, and I'm sending that over to Skelevator for Tila's Tortillas because he's got the Tila figure.
That's cool.
And she's kind of to scale with the Matchbox, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
But yeah,
That's awesome.
I love these little minis. And actually, if you can find some of the Transformer ones relatively cheap, they scale really well for the smaller bots to go with your. I mean, not that all the other Transformers don't, scale down to your Unicron, but like they really make them look like what we've seen in the
Yeah,
movie
yeah,
and
yeah.
such.
100%. If it's the distribution here is not that great, right? Like
Okay.
I didn't even know these were available at Toys R Us until they had a clearance sale, which is so strange, right? But yeah, if I could find some it's that's the way it is, right? If I could find
Yeah.
some Transformers, though, I'll definitely pick those up for sure. But yeah, of course they're officially licensed, so yeah, matching with this big guy would definitely be an awesome thing to have for these guys.
Well, as always, when I'm on my hunts, I'll keep my eyes open. But yeah, I haven't really been finding too many of them around here anymore. Like months ago, they were everywhere, but now I'm not finding them so much.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the thing. Once they start going on clearance, or people get wind of them and they start realizing what they are. Because that's the hard part
hmm
about it, right? From far away, you're kind of like, what is that, right? Because you can
hmm
barely see the figures, right? But once you get close enough to it, that's when you start realizing, hey, these are pretty cool. And I don't know if you want to give this to a 3-year-old. You know what I mean? I think it says 6+, but I even kind of question
I'd
that.
be right, especially for the accessories. But one thing that I do like is that if you take them out of those clamshells, they have this window on the back
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that you can easily get the weapons out and then put them back in without having to rip anything open. But I mean, you're talking the scale on these is so tiny.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Phew. But they're great though. They're absolutely great. And Thanos Copter says he hasn't seen them anywhere. It might have been because you stepped on them. You're flying overhead and your Thanos Copter got out and stepped on them. They're so small.
That is true.
And yeah, as everybody's starting to hop off here, Nolan is saying, take care, Jay. Sorry for missing your stream earlier.
Don't worry about that, no. It's all good.
Right. He knows, like, for people like us, if we're asleep when he goes live, man, like we catch it on the replay. He knows. Lately, I haven't been able to stay awake long enough, but Jay knows I used to be in every one of his lives. I was in the chat hyping him up,
Yeah, this is true.
So, and I always appreciate it when you jump in mine. It was great seeing you. Like I said, this throwing the invite out in the chat, that was just spur of the moment type thing. I was actually getting ready to log off, and then Ray jumped in. And I thought, you know what, let's chat with Ray for a little bit because we haven't done that in a minute. And then seeing you jump in, I was like, you know what, let's invite Jay in here because I haven't done. I'm starting to feel it. Like if I don't do a live with Jay almost about once a week at this point, I feel a little off. I was just telling everybody I created some playlists on my channel. One of those playlists, of course, is just the Toy Frenzy show with Skelevator, and then the other playlist that I have is the guest live appearances I've done on your channel. So if you want to watch more content with myself and Jay, bouncing back off one another, we've done a couple of really great videos together. You can catch those in my playlist. It'll take you over to Jay's channel, straight to the video you want to watch. And again, everybody here, I'm pretty sure, has been on your channel, but if you're not, please go ahead and give Jay a like and subscribe. He does a lot of great toy hunts, finding a lot of great deals lately. And on top of that, this man is on top of every news drop, every single release that gets out there. And somehow he manages to put together like a 3 hour long video in 15 minutes. It gets it out there as soon as the news is dropped. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know if that's entirely true, but yeah,
It's pretty close.
well, you get to I don't know. It's just I get excited, so I want to talk about it, and I happen to
I
be on,
hear you.
and there you go.
I hear you. Well, like we've done several videos together where we get a chance to jump on and talk about things as quickly as we could. And unfortunately, now with the new job, I don't have as much freedom during the day as I used to when we used to be able to jump in and talk about those things. But it's like I'm always catching things on my break afterwards and all like that. But I love it because I know if something's going on and I don't have the full scope of it, I can just hop over to your channel and watch whatever video you put out, and I get the full rundown. So, and yes, Hillian Dread, worst pain, stepping on a Lego,
Yep,
definitely up there on top of the pain scale.
absolutely, 100%.
And Gamerbud says, long week was definitely watched later on. Sure, sure. Hillian Dread, worst pain, paying scalper prices. That's up there too, Ray.
Yep.
Definitely up there. All right, guys. Well, I think we're all just signing off for the night. So I thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for sticking with me if you've been here since the beginning. As now this is almost a 4 hour live, which I did not expect to go live for that long. But everybody, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you had fun opening up some toys with me. And I will see you all on the next one. Good journey, everybody.
Good journey, guys.
Journey.